All right, welcome, investigators. It didn't bother you that the door was cracked open. After all, you were expected, and an open door would have been polite. And it didn't bother you that the hallway was empty and quiet because it was after hours. Classes were already over, and your appointment was very late in the day. Twilight had passed some time ago. The Charles Tyner Science Annex was rarely occupied after hours, with three exceptions. The janitor made the rounds overnight. Students stayed late for club meetings in the lounge, but there were none this evening. And one deeply unpopular faculty member often worked late on her own projects. She was too intelligent to care about the judgment of others. This was Professor Octavia Frobisher. She had a questionable reputation. That is, people questioned whether or not her reputation accurately represented her improbable achievements. She wasn't easy to get along with. Some thought her standoffish. She had developed her defense mechanisms in Boston, Oxford, Rome, and in far-off places that weren't mapped. She had the necessary decorum in a profession mostly occupied by self-important and arrogant men. Professor Frobisher was an expert linguist, anthropologist, and also scientist, mostly in materials, engineering, biology, and chemistry. Some would have called her a dabbler, unless they were kindred spirits. You know, the kind who had seen the darkness beneath the skin of the world, who, like Professor Frobisher, could not resist peeling up more edges. The professor was the one to whom you had entrusted the brain in the jar and the dreamer's engine acquired during the Duval affair. You had given up, frustrated, when you could make no progress in uncovering the secrets of these mysterious objects. You were not so prideful that you wouldn't consult a specialist. A lucky connection at Miskatonic University had introduced you. Give me about 2 weeks with these, she had said, and you agreed to meet her again in her lab. It's quiet. The door is open a crack. You see broken glass and paper on the floor, and a dark puddle of fluid. Investigators, what do you do?
It just I when so I guess I had my possessions. I still had brain in a jar, so I guess that's been taken from me.
You don't have it right now.
Uh,
So, so we're just walking into. I didn't catch it. Is this her office?
Yeah, this is her basement office in the Tyler
Okay.
Science Annex at Miskatonic University.
Okay.
I know a
Um,
little. I had a little bit of. Sorry, go on.
so no. So I would rush in and see if is she hurt? Is like what's going on there? Is this blood on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have you do
Definitely
a
a
spot
spot.
hidden. Oh, that sounds like Don wants to do a spot hidden also.
Yes.
Okay. Before you do those, Pinkertt, what are you doing?
Yeah, I wanted to. I guess I mean I don't know their spot hidden, but like I do have a bit of uh, first aid from being in the field, um, so I was wondering if I could, you know, take a look, know whether that's blood, and try to figure out, yeah, what's going on out there.
All right. So we could have two spot hiddens, and we could have a first aid.
No. So is she like on the ground? What's
It's a good question. I'll tell you what you see depending on how your spot hidden goes. Okay, that's failed spot hidden. Oh, an extreme success for Ravenscroft spot hidden. Okay, here's what you see. The three of you. So you've rushed in, right? Everybody, right? You're here in the lab. It's a shambles. Papers, glass, petri dishes, test tubes, electrical equipment. You see on the wall the scratchings in chalk from this brilliant mind's note-taking, right, and equation writing and so on. You see a pool of black fluid. It's black fluid. You know this, Pinkertt, on the floor. Not blood. You get close enough that it seems to be something else. Is it maybe some kind of battery acid? Kind of. That's what you think. You've been around Jeeps. You've been around, other equipment and so on. This must have been in something that was like a battery, you think. It's pooling. It's dissolving the floor just a little bit, or at least the carpet on top of the concrete floor. Eakins, you're looking around, and maybe what you're looking for, let's say, could be the brain in the jar, and also the dreamer's engine. You don't see them anywhere. That's how your failure is going to manifest here for that particular role. But also, you're looking at a bunch of the other equipment in the room, and even though you're quite intelligent, you're having a lot of difficulty making sense of what the equipment in this room is for and what it does. That tells you something about the level of Professor Frobisher in terms of her brilliance and intellect. And Ravenscroft, you come into the room, you take it all in at a glance. Signs of a struggle, obviously. There is a window here in the basement office. You cast your eye over it, and just for an instant, and remember it's nighttime, you see out through that window, and there are street and sidewalk lamps that cause a sort of a yellowish glow on the campus there at Miskatonic University. And it casts in relief a figure standing behind a tree just beyond the window that peeks out, looks, and comes back. That's the behind the tree, that is. And so that's the result of your extreme success. Investigators, what do you do next?
Is there
So
a,
is Frobisher there?
Oh, there's no one's here. I'm sorry, I should have made that clear.
Okay.
There's no body, there's no person. It's just the signs of...
Were we? Mhm. Were we
Does the-
expecting there?
You were supposed to meet her here this evening, actually. She was going to tell you her results of analyzing the Dreamer's engine, which was acquired at the auction, and also the brain in the jar, which would not activate for any of you despite your efforts.
is the window open or closed? I just see
Closed.
the figure.
It's closed.
How far away is the exit outside besides this window?
So let's say if you were to go down the corridor, so if you leave this office, go down the corridor, it's about 20 feet, and a sharp right gets you out of the building.
I'll try to open the window, for one thing.
Okay. So how are you doing that? Just walking over and sort of casually opening up the window? Or are you trying to rush over to the window and open it because you want to leap out of it? So,
Right, trying to look nonchalant.
okay. I'll just allow you to do that then.
Figure.
You're walking around looking, you go over, maybe you look at the frame, right, and you push it up a little bit just for fresh air. Maybe you're right next to the window and you go, just for a little fresh air, right? Okay.
Right. Just getting some air here.
All right. Okay. Very good. Pinkertt, you've seen the black fluid on the floor. You see all the mess around you. What do you do next?
I think I start kind of wait. The mess around me, is it glass broken? Is it paper strewn? What kind of
That's
mess
right.
is it
Both
around me?
both things. So beakers, test tubes, broken. Thrown on the floor. Papers, random notes from the professor on the floor as well. Some electrical equipment, small devices, things like that. Just sort of scattered as if someone had a fight and it was kind of just stuff that was pushed onto the ground.
Then I'll start looking through the notes. I guess I'll do a spot hidden for see if anything that looks of interest or could explain what has happened.
Okay, we'll have you do that. You can roll your spot hidden, and in the meantime, Okay, that was a hard success. Maybe what I'll do then is we'll go over to Eakins in a second, but first I'll show you the notes that you found, and you can read these out loud if you don't mind, or Pinkertt can read them out.
Sure. Sure. Hey, fellows. The Professor used some sort of shorthand on this, but the bits I can decipher are DE, 3 effects, insertion, travel, annihilation. Syl, CYL, etched glyphs, Olmec, slow power, feed to kick from stasis, appendages. That's all it says here.
Okay.
Do we know an Olmec? Does anybody recognize that?
I don't know if any of you would. You could try an education roll.
I have some occult skill, but
No. What are the education rules?
Oh, you know,
Or
off
it's
the
just
top.
a,
This is just like, do you recognize the word Olmec? And I think well, at least two of you do well enough, right? So you know that there is some ancient South American civilization called the Olmec, right? The thing that you might have recalled is an article in the newspaper about someone who had found not only a giant stone head on the ground in an area of worship, but also they had their own version of hieroglyphs, different compared to the Egyptians, but pictographs essentially that conveyed messages. Okay, and so then, Eakins, is there anything you're doing in particular? You've looked around a bit.
yeah, can we tell where the black fluid is coming from?
You can somewhat, yeah. So there was something. So the black fluid you can see here next to Pinkertt. There was at some point something on the table right next to him where there's kind of a leak of black fluid. It's just residue now and stuff on the floor. There's nothing left. No container or anything like that. So
Do,
it spilled out of
do you think she
something,
might have?
and that something is not
Do you
there.
think she? Do you think she might have been like trying to transport herself somewhere, or and accidentally annihilated herself? I don't know.
could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
When I get an opportunity, whenever my turn is around,
Yes.
I'd like to stick my head out the window and try to address the lurker, whatever he is.
What do you say?
Hi there, my good fellow. May I ask you a few questions? If you don't mind,
Let's have you do a social roll,
do a roll.
unless
Oh,
you'd
what?
like me to just have him run, which is his inclination. And so I should have just had him run, because that's what he's doing now, Ravenscroft. He hears you talk, he gets scared, he starts running across the campus.
I wasn't warmed up. I leap out the window, say, "Excuse me for a moment, Kent," and chase after.
Okay, we'll see. What do the two of you do?
I go watch him run, but I don't follow. I just watch him run. I look out the window like, what?
Okay.
Yeah, I still want to look around the office. You said that there are machines or equipment that I can't really understand, but is there any can I tell anything from how the mess is? Or you said it looks like it was just a fight. But is it in one particular area of the office? Is there something that was being avoided? You said that the whatever the battery acid came from is missing, right?
Yeah. So I think what you notice is there are tables where she's clearly doing work all over the place. Maybe 3 of them. Wherever she was confronted, she was kind of in the middle of her work. if you look at them a little more closely, I don't know, you could do a mechanical engineering or electrical engineering roll, and maybe you can figure out something else. In the meantime,
So she
oh, sorry.
So she was confronted then. She did not accidentally teleport herself somewhere.
Well, I mean,
Who knows?
hard to know.
It looks like it was a confrontation.
It's hard to know. So this is what you can tell Eakins, though, while you're looking at the various things. You think she was sort of constructing a little battery of some kind, and you see some pieces of thick copper filament, and also, some small hinges too. You can't tell. There are like 3 left. You don't know how much copper she had gotten earlier. How many little hinges. She was working on some kind of project, obviously. We're going to go back
and something
Oh,
involved
sorry,
the
go ahead.
battery.
Yeah.
She was working on something that involved the battery.
Yeah, you can at least figure that part out.
Sure.
And I think what we'll do for Ravenscroft, so we're going to use the chase mechanics. That's exciting for all of us, right? So the first thing is you're getting out that window. Let's see how successful you are with that. That's going to be a dexterity roll.
Okay. What? Why? What's the point of having high skills if they never work?
So this is your chance to use luck, if you wish.
Use a little luck.
Okay, so you're going to use luck to succeed, to get out of there smoothly. Okay, and for a moment, everybody, if you don't mind, just for my own ease, rather than moving Ravenscroft over to another map by himself and having to go back and forth, everybody's just on the Miskatonic University campus map now. Okay, but you're still in the Tyner Science Annex, okay, which is that building there, for those of you who did not leap out of the window, okay? All right, so you're using 9 luck to succeed. We're going to give you 2 more kind of moves because you're going fast, and then we'll come back to Pinkertt and Eakins who are in that room. So Pinkertt, if you're watching, or Eakins, if you're looking out that window, Ravenscroft is, let's say he sort of smoothly kind of dove out of this window. If he had to do a little bit of a roll to keep his momentum going, he's succeeded in that. And you can't quite identify the person that you're chasing, Ravenscroft. He's not a very big guy, sort of thin looking. He's going to go in this direction. So you need another dexterity roll. I need you to do 2 rolls, actually. One is to see how well this guy does, because I'm not going to do any rolling. So you're going to roll a D100. He's got a 65 dexterity. So 65 or below, he's doing pretty well. Okay. So he might actually trip on a tree root, but we're going to find out if you catch up with him. Now you're going to do a dexterity roll, too, if what you're doing is continuing to chase him.
Hey.
Hard success. Okay. So you are chasing a man. He is kind of a thin little guy. You realize he's wearing a dark blue uniform of some kind. He has fallen over a tree root. You are right over him now. What are you going to do?
Is it possible to use a charm again?
The scenario is the situation is very heightened, so you would be trying to charm at disadvantage. So if you want to do that, you could try to roll, but I'm going to make you roll twice, and you have to pick the lower one.
I'll try that before I try to tackle him.
Okay.
I swear, I just have a couple questions.
Okay, so go ahead and do your charm roll, and then if you could just roll a 1d10.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is we take what's the number that's in the tens place and we substitute in. So that's still 58 versus 79, right? Even though you're at disadvantage. All right. So he's on the ground. He's got his hands up like this. It's like, don't hurt me. Don't kill me. Where's my sister?
Your sister? Would that be is a doctor or just Ms. Program?
You could say professor. You actually don't know if she's a doctor or not, but she probably is.
here I'm leading the witness. Would that be Professor Frobush?
Yeah, Professor Probusher. She's my
Frobisher.
sister.
Yeah. We're
Still got
friends of
a
hers. We mean her no harm.
What are you doing in her? What are you doing in her office? I looked through the window. It's all messed up in there. Where is she? And
We just got here. We're supposed to meet her.
he's
Do you
standing
know
up.
where she?
He's starting to do this, like, like I want my sister back.
I'm in the universal. Mean you no harm.
Okay, when I see him do that, I hop out the window and start running over.
Okay, I won't make you do a dexterity roll for that.
Do you have a
Chain.
compulsion to brawl thing or something? Or is it...
I do.
He does. He does. That's right. Eakins, you see Pinkertt dive out the window. Also, what are you doing? You're like, those guys, they've got it. They've got it.
I think I'm good. I'm gonna hang out in the lab.
Okay. All right. You can hang out in the lab. I'll have you do a spot hidden while you're in there, though. Or a listen. You can pick. And then we'll come back to the guys outside.
Let's do a listen.
Never mind. Oh, I know what this means. Which means... This is what it means, Eakins. I'm going to need you to do a dodge roll.
Oh no.
Okay. So, man,
I'll use luck.
are you going to luck for that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 points. I
All right. A man in a gray uniform, sneaking up behind you, holding a heavy, wet mop. And at the last moment, maybe it's just like you hear a swish of water in the air, and you sort of fall down to the side. That's your dodge. As Clem, the janitor, comes at you, going like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" And he's coming at you with the mop now. But luckily, he didn't clock you with it. Let's pause on that. Wow, there's a lot happening right now. Outside, Ravenscroft, you're there. There's the reedy little guy in a blue uniform. He looks scared actually and worried, but he's not sure that he believes you yet. And you've got him kind of cornered. And now he's seeing Pinkertt run up, toward him.
My name's Ravenscroft. I'm a colleague of Professor Frobisher. My friends and I were supposed to meet her. She was working on a project for us. We had nothing to do with whatever might have happened in her lab.
It's like, well, I came over to see her. She's not there. And he's like, who's that? As he sees Pinkertt running up full speed.
It's all right, Pinkertt. Stand down.
Is he going to stand down?
Do I need to roll charm?
Yes. Yeah. No, I'd be like, you okay, Ravenscroft? Do you need me to take care of this guy?
We're all right here. This is just Professor Frobisher's brother. Isn't that right?
Yeah. I'm her brother, and he's put his fist down, and I want to know where she is. And he's holding a piece of paper in his hand, by the way.
We're going to try a psychology, if I can, just to see if he seems sincere.
Okay, sure.
Anyone can say they're someone's brother.
Right.
Cool.
He could also say that he's someone's brother.
Seems right to me.
Sure, just believe him. Right. So you're having he's like, I want to go in and see. I want to be sure that she's not there.
Okay, let's go back. We were just, you can help us look around. You can help us check us out. What's the paper you got in your hand?
It's like, that's none of your business. And he shoves it into his pocket.
But what were you doing here?
Fair enough.
I just came to check up on her. That's all.
Any particular reason that you came to check today?
I'm not saying anything until I actually check.
All right. Keep your britches on.
All right. Are you walking him back into the lab?
Yep.
I-
Not
I'd
letting
like
him
to. I would like to do a. I mean, I'm gonna fail it. I'm gonna want to do a psychology roll just in case, if I believe him.
Okay, sure.
But
You can go ahead.
I failed both my rolls before.
He looks
I
like
don't
he could be
fail.
somebody's brother. Sure,
Yeah. All right.
he's somebody's brother.
We're walking him back.
Yeah. All right. So back here in the lab, what do we have? So you two are coming in with this guy. You see Eakins on the floor with a janitor over him, holding a mop. Eakins, I don't know if you're just going to try to convince him that you're just an innocent bystander. You're just a friend. What do you say to this guy so he doesn't try to take another swing from you?
I
Or,
would try tackling him.
oh my god, the guy's like 65. Are you sure?
Looks old.
I'll pull him. I'll just run over to pull him off.
Okay.
Yeah,
My friend.
So I'll try to talk to him and say, no, I'm a friend of Professor Frobisher. Me and my friends were here to meet her. She's been working. We just got here. I have no idea what happened.
He's looking at you like, did you make this mess? Did you make it?
No, we think something must have happened, but we don't know what. Did you hear anything?
He puts the mop partially down. You know, I gotta clean this. And also, where's the professor?
I don't know. We need to find her. Have you noticed anyone unusual around today?
He points at you, right? And then he turns and I don't know if Pinkertt was trying to pull him off. He's like, and that guy, and he's like, oh, hello, Mr. Frobisher. He says, talking to the young guy.
There we go. No psychology needed.
But do we trust the janitor?
Do you want to do a psychology roll on the janitor?
I think it does.
You trust that the janitor believes that this is Professor Frobisher's brother. Does that help you? One more spot hidden from Eakins. I think you're getting off the floor now.
Yeah, if he needs help, I'll help him out.
Never mind. Okay, so investigators.
Gone?
What?
Did you find anything while we were gone?
He found nothing. He found the janitor.
Clearly not.
So, well, I'll ask the brother. So, I mean, clearly something happened here. What do you think happened to your sister? What do you is? Yeah, is she normally this messy, or do you think something happened here?
He says, "No, this place. It was much tidier the last time I was here." And you see him, walking into the lab. He looks despondent, actually, and his boots are sort of crunching onto some of the glass. And he walks over to a side table where there's a picture that's been pushed face down, and he lifts it up and he puts it back in place, doing a kind of an unconscious tidying. And then he turns around and he looks at you, Pinkertt, and he says, I didn't want to believe it. He takes the piece of paper out of his pocket and he hands it over to you, and it says, "Go visit your sister and then come see me." And it's signed Handsome Sid. Investigators, everybody roll education to see if the name Handsome Sid rings a bell. Okay. So Ravenscroft and Eakins. Handsome Sid. I've heard that somewhere before. You were probably in a place you shouldn't have been, or talking to someone you shouldn't have been. Handsome Sid. A mobster, you know. His name is actually Handsome Sid Styles. You've never met him in person. You've heard he's a bad guy. You also don't know why he's called handsome. It's just ironic, you think. You've heard he has a bad scar on one side of his face. He runs a little gambling parlor somewhere called Murphy's Corner Club. That's all that you can kind of pull from your memory bank.
Mhm. Okay. It was handsome like tiny. It's small.
Sure. Maybe. Okay, investigator.
Does the note say anything else? Does it say where to meet?
It does not.
So, okay.
Since I don't recognize the mobster name, I will say, was that a friend of yours? What
He looks at you.
What do you think?
No, he's not a friend at all. I don't think anybody should be friends with that guy.
Where did you get the note?
It was left on my bed over at Ma Murphy's boarding house. Actually, I just got off my shift a little while ago, and I was going to have a lie down, and well, I found it there, and so I rushed right over here.
Do you know if your sister has had any dealings with Mr. Handsome Sid?
No, she wouldn't. She doesn't have the same kinds of problems that I have. And he looks down and ashamed.
What sort of problems might have gotten you involved with Mr. Sid? It's all right, you can tell. Gambling?
Well, yeah, I got into Sid for a little too much. You know, there are times when I'm at that table and I feel like things are going pretty well, and then I think there were too many times when my luck just ran out. You know, and I was thinking of blowing town because I can't come up with $5,000 to just fork over, and you know the Coast Guard only pays so much. So, but I thought, you know, the worst that might happen is maybe they'd break my legs or something like that. I didn't think they were going to take my sister.
About
I'll
trouble.
show him. Sorry, go on.
I'm sorry about troubles and your sister. Can you or Miss Janitor here? I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Clem. It says, he goes, Clem. There's a name tag, right? It's right here. And he's looking at you and, did you do this?
I didn't need a spot hidden to see his name tag.
No.
Let me ask you, can you tell if anything's missing out of Professor Frobisher's lab here?
Who are you asking?
Both the brother and the janitor. So the janitor is a little fastidious.
Oh. Yeah, all of this stuff is beyond him.
Not a Goodwill Hunting situation.
Nope. Those guys both have a 20 for spot hidden, so they don't know.
Can I show? I'd like to show the brother the writings that we found on the ground, her lab notes, and that. Hey, Do these mean anything to you? I think this is her handwriting. Do you think is it? And what do you think she's trying to say here?
So he's looking at the notes, and he says, yeah, that's her handwriting, and I've never understood anything she wrote a day in my life. I don't think you... Maybe... I mean, you seem like you might be a little bit smarter than me, but she's way, way smarter than all of us. Maybe everybody in this room put together. So this meant... I'm surprised she even needed to write something down, to be honest with you.
All right. I want to do one more spot hidden, if I may, just to take another look around. Try to calm down a little bit.
Okay, so you're just trying to look around more?
Yeah.
I think you have reached the limit
Wait my time. Okay.
of what you might discover here in this broken up lab.
Gents,
So you
someone who might be
Go
able
on.
to this shorthand, or perhaps someone who might be an expert at this university in the Olmecs.
Oh, wait.
do we think that handsome Styles might have kidnapped her? Is that what we're thinking? And do we need to track him down, find her?
That is one possibility.
Clem, what do you think?
Clem is looking at this big mess. He's going, well, the professor is pretty smart. She's pretty capable. She probably doesn't need you jokers at all. And he starts sweeping up the glass into a dustpan.
Hey, Clem, in your experience with cleaning chemicals and stuff like that, have you ever seen anything like this black battery acid stuff that's on the ground over here?
Oh, that black battery acid? Yeah, that's battery acid. I don't use that for cleaning. I have cleaned it before, and then he leaves the room, and he goes to grab some kind of, it looks like kitty litter, almost, clay that's absorbing it to dry it out. If you wanted to know how to clean it, this is exactly how you do it, right? You take this granule, it's clay or something like that, and what you want is absorption, right? And leave it for a while, and he starts to give you like a sort of a mini lecture on how to clean. And while that's going, what you would do is you would sweep the glass, right, from the outside to the inside, and look for spills too. You really want to clean from top to bottom, but before you do that, you want to set this up over here. And then he's watching your eyes sort of glaze over. What was your question? Make a sanity.
I was asking about.
Don't do that. Oh my God! I'm sorry. I should have done this within the first 2 minutes, which is the Dreamer's engine, which you care very much about, and the brain in the jar, which you care very much about, which you retrieved, and both of these at great cost. And you know that they are curious, but also possibly dangerous artifacts. The fact that they are not in this room, you find profoundly disconcerting. So everybody make a sanity roll now. Not about the cleaning, but about this realization, because you were stuck in this moment of, where's the professor? We should find her. And you remember, this is why we're here.
Wouldn't the cleaning make us feel a little bit more secure?
It depends on your temperament, I think.
Dang it.
So if you failed your sanity roll, it's a 1d3 loss. If you succeeded, it's only a 1-point loss. So roll 1d3 if you failed. Maybe you'll get a 1. I say that so that you won't, though. That's
3.
Cool. What are the odds?
okay. So investigators, Clem is cleaning. Timmy's looking a little worried and was like, I think I gotta go see Sid, or I gotta run.
I believe Mr.
Hey,
Sid. You.
I think. How about this? Why don't we go with you to see Sid? If you don't want to see Sid, we can talk to Sid for you. But you got to take us to him.
So you'll go with me?
We want to make sure Sid doesn't have some of the equipment that was from in here. That was some of our stuff.
Oh, I'm sure if he has it, he'll give it back. He probably just. Well, I don't know why he would have taken it, actually. I'll bet it was my sister going like, I'm not leaving here if I don't take my special toys or whatever it is. You know. Especially if she thought she had to keep an eye on something for some reason.
I'm sure that's what happened.
Yeah, so I don't have a car. The Coast Guard doesn't give me a car. Do you have a car? We got to go all the way across town.
I might use. I seem to have things I need.
Oh yeah, do you have that one?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm not gonna. It's just a talent that you have. Then that's fine.
I have to use 10 luck points.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got that same talent.
Yeah, or you could do a luck roll to see if you can call a cab or find a cab out on the street. It's getting late though.
I'll do a luck roll. See if we can find something we need.
Hey, so you're getting a cab, right? Very good. So you can get into a cab. Let's say you're on the edge of campus. Somebody's just waiting, by a stop sign. A cabbie with his light on, hoping somebody needs to be taken to somewhere. And you tell him, because a couple of you remember, and also Timmy remembers as well, where you need to go, right? Timmy Frobisher, he's the one you're with. He says, yeah, we got to go to Murphy's Corner Club. And the cabbie says, what? And
Yeah.
And Timmy says, Murphy's Corner Club. It's. And the cabbie's like, I know where it is. I'll drop you off on East Street, and then I'm driving away. Take it or leave it.
That's fine.
Okay. So, investigators, it is about 15 or 20 minutes across town. In the cab, it's getting a little bit later. It's probably about 9 o'clock now. I'll move Timmy over here. The rest of you can come as well. Let's say it's a bit of a cramped cab ride. One of you, I don't know who, is in the front passenger seat, and everybody else is kind of crammed in the back. The cabbie's not very talkative. He doesn't even have the radio on, so it's quiet. It's a quiet ride, unless you talk.
We probably should talk.
Why don't we ask Timmy about his sister? Tell us about your sister, Timmy. What was she like growing up? What kind of stuff did she? You said she's super smart. What was she into?
Yeah, there's nothing she couldn't do. I tell you this much. They moved her up in classes. You know how sometimes they'll give girls a hard time because they think they can't do the math or the physics or the chemistry, right? With the beakers and things, they give some girls a hard time. They gave my sister a real hard time, but not for the reason that she was a girl. It's because she knew more than the teachers did. So our parents had to send her out for private education pretty early. She was always into her books. She loved the idea of travel, but she wasn't real friendly. Not like me. And he's not like, she didn't know how to have fun either. Really, not like me. And so she studied all kinds of stuff, and languages, and her brain is just it's like a machine almost. Uh, but she decided she wanted to travel, so she left the country for a while. She went to school over there in England and in Italy for a while. We kind of lost touch for a few years. I heard she was traveling around. She'd send me a postcard every once in a while from someplace. I got one from, where was I? I got one from Cairo once. I got one from, let me see, I got one from somewhere in Scotland, I think, and a few other places. So, whatever she was doing, broadening her horizons or whatever, it was far from home, where, to be honest, I was just getting into trouble anyway. So eventually, and we're from Boston. Eventually, she said, "Well, she's coming back. She's learned enough." I didn't know what that meant, but I think she's just got, maybe she got into a couple scrapes or something like that. That seemed to be uh, kind of underneath what she was talking about a couple times. And I had just come to see her again a couple weeks ago to see this classroom or this lab that she has over here at the university. And I'm just up the coast right now at Essex Point at that station, and it was real good catching up. But she seemed super busy. She was playing around with stuff.
Do you think Sid has an interest in her because of you, or because of the stuff she might have done?
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't know she exists. Well, I guess he does now, but if she doesn't come into one of his gambling houses or one of his houses of ill repute or something like that, she's not selling something that is, on the black market or whatever. He doesn't matter to him at all, unless you're buying, and then it might matter. But she just doesn't seem the type, She's always got her head in the book or on the lab bench or whatever else.
In other words, you don't precisely know why he would know about her and how, or how much.
I don't know. I mean, he might only know her because of me.
Oh,
Guys will play cards and they're just talking about stuff. Right? You ever played, he's looking at all of you, ever just played cards and, you're just trying to fill the time. Right? While you're trying to figure out some guy's tell. And you're just like,
sure.
better to talk about something. And nobody wants to hear about the Coast Guard, right? So maybe I'll just talk about my smart sister. And somebody was asking me, is she a looker? And I said, no. And they lost interest immediately. But, she's my sister. I would never think she looked that good.
Did you ever mention anything she was working on that she might have told you about?
I have no idea what she's working on. All that stuff.
Good.
What other kinds of things would you have told the guys at the poker game about your sister?
Nothing, that's it. She's right here in town at Miskatonic University. Real smart. Book smart, though. That's it.
Know anything else about Mr. Sid that might be useful? About how he works?
Yeah, don't talk to him. Oh, wait, you're going to talk to him. Be very respectful, I would say. That's very important to him. And don't go in with any kind of... Is anybody carrying a gun? Because they don't like that.
Oh,
All right. I think I'm gonna let Ravenscroft do the talking when we get there.
I mean, who doesn't have a gun these days?
Yeah, I don't. It's not allowed in his place. If somebody gets upset because they're a sore loser or a sore winner, Sid doesn't want any bullets flying. He likes to take care of problems real quiet, if you know what I mean.
I'm afraid your sister now knows what you mean.
Yeah. He goes quiet after you say that. He looks guilty. Investigators, you are pulling up to the street right around the corner from Murphy's Corner Club. The cabbie says that'll be $3. And then he says you've got to get out here. Make sure you take everything with you, because I'm going back the other way.
Pay the man Eakins, and we'll move forward.
Okay. Timmy is walking timidly now in the direction of the club. That's this building over here. Investigators, are you just following him over there? This is what the neighborhood looks like. It's maybe the worst neighborhood in Arkham, now that I think about it. Yeah, it's the kind of place where, as you walk, you think, well, that building should have been condemned, but I think people live there, so that's why it isn't. Or if it was condemned, people are still squatting there. There's only, and most of the front lights on all the stoops are broken or not working. It's very dark, actually, surprisingly dark. It reminds you of a little bit of what you've heard about the residents of Innsmouth and how they used to break all the streetlights for whatever reason. But there's a bright spot just down the street. It's a nondescript brown building with a big window in the front with curtains. And it just has in a small neon sign the word bar. And as you walk closer and closer, you do see some of the buildings nearby. You might see like a little curtain sort of move and then move back. Right? And you get this sense as you walk toward Murphy's of this is the kind of place you go where you would never be seen because there's some field around it that causes people to look the other way. That's just how people's brains work here on this street. Whatever happens over there, I saw nothing. So investigators, you're coming up on Murphy's. Are you going right in? Timmy's shuffling and hesitating.
Well, as we approach, I look around somewhere to stash my old 1911.
Oh, okay.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
One thing I just realized, Adam, back when we did our sanity loss, apparently I have a hardened talent, so I ignore sanity point loss from attacking other humans, viewing horrific injuries, or the deceased. Did that count from before?
Yeah, you could count that. So, you
Okay.
right.
I'll get my 1 point.
When do you get to lose sanity then?
All of the time.
I don't know if you can use that over and over again. Otherwise, what's the point of the game,
Yeah.
right? But that was mild enough.
Yeah, I think anything magical or Cthulhu related is going to send me over the edge. But
All right. Good to know. I don't have anything like that planned. So, investigators, you're trying to find a spot, I think, to secrete some of your items discreetly, right? Let's just do a spot hidden.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, so I'd like to just kind of look around warily as we're going. I'm not looking for, I don't have a gun tied, but just to see if anything looks out of place.
Okay. You look out of place. That's the result of your roll. You're like, I don't feel comfortable here at all. You get that feeling. Ravenscroft, you can find a spot under a dumpster, you think, to hide your gun, and you can certainly show that to Pinkertt if you want.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll show it to you.
So the two of you walk into an alley together, hide your guns, and then walk back out.
Presumably looking around to trying to make sure no one's observing.
yeah, do we need to do a stealth roll?
Oh, that's a good idea. Would you like to do a stealth roll? I think you do.
Not
You
really.
mentioned it. Nope, you can.
Not my favorite thing.
Oh God!
I'm not with him.
What have I done?
I don't even need to GM this anymore, right? You could just make your own choices. I feel like I need to do this roll. Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll see how that goes later, guys. Now, you're going up to the club. Or you're walking right in.
I guess we'll knock. Is the door closed?
Doors open. That is to say, you know that the door is open because at least one drunk patron walks out, kind of staggers out, falls down on the concrete for a moment, shakes his head, remembers he should keep moving, does a kind of a sort of a half-hearted push-up, and then crawls on his knees for 3 or 4 knee steps, and then stands up again, holding onto the wall, and then keeps going. And you hear him mumble under his breath, "Lost my shirt in there." And then another guy gets tossed out the front door, and you see 2 nightclub staff handle him pretty roughly. He lands on the concrete as well, and you hear them say, "Don't ever come back." One of them looks very thin. His skin is kind of grayish. He's wearing a fedora. The other one looks like he can handle himself. Kind of a younger guy. The guy on the ground has a bruise on the side of his face. And he says, "You better believe I'm not going back." And he starts running down the street toward the east. So, going in? Looking around? What are you doing?
Is there a back entrance? I mean, is there not a way to go around the side?
Oh, you won't know if there's a back entrance unless you decide to go around the side. So,
well,
Around the building, just to see.
yeah, just take a quick peek around the building.
okay. Are you just like going casually? Are you trying to like stealth your way into the alleyway so that no one sees you?
I'm not stealthing anything.
Pretending to go take a leak or something like that? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll pretend to go take a leak. That works for me.
And we're drunk, taking leaking.
Okay, wait. So it's just Pinkertt going into the alleyway?
No,
Are you all going into the alleyway? Just with Timmy as well? Timmy's looking at...
Guys, I'll go. Hey guys, just wait for me here for just a quick sec. Keep an eye on me because we'll go in just a second. So I go peek around the corner.
All right.
I'm gonna take a leak.
Okay.
Kind of spot hidden while he's doing that. See if there's anything else to observe.
Sure. Why don't you do your spot hidden first? And there's no sneaking into an alley and looking around skill, but you could do a spot hidden as well if you want to, Pinkertt. Okay.
I'll use some luck.
Okay. You're going to use luck. Very good. So, Ravenscroft, you're looking around. Nobody's looking at you. You're sort of like, you got your head on a swivel, right? Nobody's coming out of Murphy's Corner Club. Nobody's going in. It's just you and your friends standing in front, thinking about whether you're going to go in or not. You are watching that one guy stagger down the street in one direction. You see the other guy. He's run out, past the distance where you could see him. Now, no curtains are opening. Nobody's got their eyes on you at all. You can tell that much. So, Pinkertt, you walk into the alleyway. There is a dumpster. You can sort of see around behind. Okay, so the building has an alleyway to the side, and then there's another area. It's kind of in the back. It's almost like a little yard. No grass, just dirt. A couple trash cans. And there's a back door, and there's a painted over window. So, paint's on the outside, not the inside. You can sort of see the paint peeling a little bit from where you are. Let's pause on you in the back. Ravenscroft, Eakins, you're in the front. Timmy's getting a little antsy and nervous. It's like, what's he doing back there?
Checking things out. Say, do you know what this handsome Sid looks like? Would you be able to identify him if you saw him?
He said, "Oh yeah, everybody can. He's got a scar. It goes like from here to here. Just look for that guy. You'll know it's him."
Okay. Cool.
Back to Pinkertt. You're in the alley. It smells. It's damp back here. Somebody else has been back here to relieve themselves. You're sure of that. Multiple somebodies, multiple body functions. Right. Let's do a listen roll. And then I'll wait for the opportune moment to have you roll stealth. No, wait. So, listen roll. You don't hear anything unless you push the roll.
Okay.
Or
I'll push the roll. I'd like to push the roll, yeah.
Before you do that,
No. Okay.
you're going to be overheard if you fail, because I need to think of a...
All right, I'm going to do 6 more points of luck.
Okay.
I'll just use 6 points of luck. I'm just using my luck today.
All right. So you hear voices, muted voices. You think if you walk over to the window, you might be able to listen in on a conversation. You're going to try to do that? You're running out.
I'm going to try to do that.
Okay. How is your stealth roll?
Not great, but I'll try.
Okay.
How much luck do you have?
I'm running out fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even use luck for that. That's okay. No, I'm not going to bother pushing that. There's no way. So clearly, I'm not a stealth guy.
Wait, so you're going to push that, did you say, or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, there's no way I'm gonna. Okay, it's fine. Oh, but
Hey.
There's no way I'm gonna. 20. I'm just not gonna get it. But I'll try one more time. What bad's gonna happen when I push it?
Somebody's going to find you back there.
That's gonna happen either way. Yep,
Okay.
There you go.
So you're back there. You sort of hear a murmuring kind of conversation. There are a few words. And the words you hear are actually tiny little snippets of, we need those schedules, and also warehouse. And you're back there at a moment when the door gets opened and a thin, reedy man with grayish skin is coming out to kind of, go on an errand, you think, looks, and he catches you right there. He's like, "What are you doing back here?" And he pulls out a stiletto from the sleeve of his jacket. What do you do, Pinkertt?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him.
You're going to hit him?
Yep.
You could also run.
Brawl. I know.
You could also say, "I'm just back here taking a leak."
Like,
But,
okay, all right.
hey,
I'm gonna hit him because I fast talked. He's a brawler. So
okay. You're good. And by the way, your friends don't know this is happening at all. Right. Okay.
I know. I'm aware.
Okay. So
All right.
you could hear the door opening up. So you're like, well, I better, just in case, you got your fist pulled back, right?
Should I roll the brawl?
You can roll the brawl. Success. Okay. I will do this for you as well, which is, if you decide you want to make this a hard success, which means you would have to get down to, what is it, 42 points? So that means you would have to use 11 points of luck. You can sucker punch the guy, so he doesn't even remember what you looked like, and you can run. Or you can get into a real fight now.
I'll sucker punch the guy. All right. Alexa's going down and down.
Okay. So you do that. So the guy comes out. You actually see him. He looks something like this. He's got a stiletto in his hand that he pulled out. But it's dark where you are, right? Like, he's got the sort of a dim light, and in a way there's like a lamp on the side. So he doesn't quite... He knows that you're there, but he doesn't quite see who you are. He's stepping out. He's pulling a stiletto out. You were ready for him. You had your fist cocked back. Boom, right in the center of his forehead, right? Or his jaw. You pick. He gets knocked back into the room. You hear a couple other guys yelling about this. And I'm giving you a chance to run now. Should we make him roll dexterity?
No, the guy's out. Just run. Come back. It's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
All right. We'll just say you made your way out, right? But there are a couple of other guys who are going like, you hear someone go, Slim, what happened? And someone's like, there's a guy out there, right? You hear that much.
You just up there quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, you're exactly. And so, those of you in the front, by the way, you'll see Pinkertt peeling out toward the front of the building. Pinkertt, are you going to try to meet up with your friends and go in with them? Or are you going to hide somewhere else?
Oh no, I'm going in with them.
Okay. So you all walk into the front. What's the worst that could happen?
Nothing unusual. It's just, you know.
I tell them that there's what I heard though about something about a warehouse.
Okay. Very good. So, welcome to Murphy's Corner Club. The club's kind of quiet. The bartender has a radio going, but not too loud. It's kind of a subdued environment. Let's make sure that Timmy is with you. Timmy's with you. You walk in the front door. A few people here. 3 guys playing cards. A man and a woman having a quiet drink. A guy who's clearly drunk at the bar, saying, I'll have another. Here at Murphy's Corner Club, sometimes performances happen on that stage in front of that sad microphone. Nothing tonight, though. It's pretty quiet. Timmy looks nervous. He's like, Sid's office is in the back. And then,
Would Billy Blank even show up here?
you know what? It's possible. It'd be possible one day. But this venue is a little small for Billy and the boys, for sure. It may be if he owed Sid money or something like that. You see the door open to the back room, and one guy is rushing out the front, kind of a beefy guy, a boxer type, coming through the room at a good clip, running out toward the front door, sort of pushes you aside, and the door is open, and you can see on the other side of that door a little nervous-looking guy talking to a guy whose hat has been knocked off, who's now holding the hat, and they're having a conversation with a third man with a scar on his face, Handsome Sid, who's looking across the entire bar, and he sees the 4 of you, right? Pinkertt, Eakins, Ravenscroft, and Timmy. Timmy gulps loudly, and Sid waves like this. Investigators, what do you do?
Yeah, I guess.
I think we head that way, but
Yeah.
spot hidden on the way. take a look right around the room.
We try to listen and then slowly walk to the door to the landing.
Pinkertt, you're rattled a little bit because you're walking toward the
Yeah.
guy you just punched square in the face.
Is it worth rolling listen?
Sure. Why not? Anything you can do to use up good rolls, I think. So, right. So, Ravenscroft, you're listening to that poker game. Right as you walk by, one of these guys, you hear him say, like, "Man, I'm losing my shirt here. I don't think I'm ever coming back." And the other guys say, "You know what? We'll let you slide for a little bit, but don't get in too much with Sid. He's the real problem." Right? So you're walking past that conversation. And then the woman who's sitting with the man and they're having a quiet drink, she says some version of, "This isn't the life for me. I need to get out of this town." And the man says, "Sid's not going to let you do that." And in the distance, with the three men in that room, you hear a kind of gruff voice from the man with the scar who's saying, "Shakes, go check the alley." And the little guy disappears, and it's just Sid and Slim in the other room waiting for you to cross. Okay? So Timmy's coming up. This other guy has disappeared out the front door now. Timmy's going up, and up, and Sid is saying, "Timmy, come on in. I was expecting you." And then he says, "Did you bring friends?" And Timmy,
Sweet.
looking at all of you, he doesn't say anything. Then he says, I don't know."
Evening, we are associates of Timmy's sister, Professor Frobisher. Perhaps you heard of him.
Sid gets a little bit of a look of recognition, a tiny little glint in his eye, and he says, "Ah, friends of the Broad. Yeah, you come in too. Why not? Come on in, everybody."
I'm not scared.
What's that? You're not.
I'm not scared.
There's a room with a desk. It's not a very nice office. It doesn't have to be, right? It's a heavy desk, one chair, no other chairs. Sid sits down in the chair and says to the rest of you, well, first he says, "Slim, close the door." And he says, "Everybody else, make yourselves comfortable." And investigators, we'll take our 5-minute break now, if that's all right. Okay, see you soon. Okay, welcome back, everybody, to Murphy's Corner Club. You are in a very cramped office. It makes you feel a sense of unease. Sid is behind the desk. Slim is there cleaning his nails with his stiletto while Sid talks to mostly Timmy. And he wants to get to the point immediately. He's looking the three of you over, and he goes, "Well, you're not cops, so it doesn't matter. Timmy, thanks for coming in. Did you get to say hi to your sister?" And Timmy says, "No, she wasn't. She wasn't there." And Sid goes, "Wasn't there? Oh. That means you can't ask her for advice about this next offer I'm going to make you. So, Timmy." And Timmy's like, yes, Sid. Timmy, you're into me for what is it? Is it? Tell me how much? Timmy was like, it's $5,000. Sid, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot, Timmy. That's $2,500 a leg, right? And Timmy starts to get sort of a green cast on his face, and he gulps. But I think I have a solution for you, Timmy. It's just one day's work, one night's work, maybe an hour's work. Imagine that, Timmy, being paid $5,000. I mean, not having to pay $5,000 for an hour's work. And he puts a camera on the table. And he says, I bet, as he's looking at the three of you, that my reputation precedes me. I am what you would call an illegitimate businessman. Right? I'm okay saying it here in among friends. I smuggle. I loan shark. I have a stable of ladies. And on and on. You know, Arkham's been good to me. But it could be a little better. Things could be a little easier for me. You know, things are heating up out there. In the water, in particular. He's looking at Timmy. Timmy, what I mean by that is this. You work for the Coast Guard, do you not? And he's pointing at Timmy's blue uniform that he's still wearing. And he's like, yes, Sid, I do. It's like, great, great. I just need you to do a little something for me. I just need you to pop into whatever office they have at the Coast Guard facility and use this here camera and take a couple pictures for me, Timmy. And Timmy said, what kind of pictures, Sid? Well, nothing anybody's going to miss. You know, I just want, like, the Coast Guard patrol schedules. That would be helpful to me. Maybe a convoy schedule or two. So that way I know not to be in the water when lots of boats with guns are also in the water. You know, it's getting hot over there in Europe right now, which means there are precautions, more precautions taken around here. Maybe you could get me like a duty roster. Click, click, you know? Or the schedule for the harbor pilot. Maybe you could get me all that stuff. Just on this here camera, he says. And then, once I have those things, Timmy, once I have this camera back, you can have your sister back. And you don't have to pay me those 5 Gs. I think that sounds pretty fair. It's an hour's work, maybe 2. Or we could have Slim and Shakes and Punch, who I'm sure will be back in a minute, break both your legs. What do you think, Timmy? Investigators, Timmy doesn't know what to think yet. What do you think he should do? This is your chance to give him advice before things go completely off the rails.
I don't think I should speak. But I think Timmy's gonna be taking some photographs.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we're not gonna take out the gangster, right?
Can you roll a spot hidden, Eakins?
This one will come through.
Ah, okay. I'll tell you this much for nothing. Which is the door that Shakes left through, still open a crack. And it's dark beyond that door.
That was a mistake. Oh my god. Click the wrong thing.
Just a little
Check
bit
it
of a
out.
glint of light off of the barrel of a gun. So you know you're being covered at this exact moment. Uh,
Cool.
Timmy is putting his hand out for the camera, and he goes, "That seems fair, Sid. Yeah, I think I can do that."
Uh, Mr. Styles, sorry, Sykes, Bill Sykes. Mr. Styles, I'm sure we can make some kind of arrangement. I was wondering though, Professor Frobisher had a few items with her. Would you know anything about those and where they might be? You wouldn't happen to have those, would you?
Um, Sid reaches into his lapel pocket and pulls out a cigarette case. And he very slowly takes the cigarette out and puts it in the scarred side of his mouth. And then he lights that. That's a good question. What would you do for me to get an answer to that question?
I suppose charm would work on him.
Let's see, at disadvantage.
Yeah,
You want to try it
maybe.
just to be charming?
Sure.
If you fumble, you're going to get hurt. That's all.
Probably gonna
You're
get
going to get
hurt anyway.
roughed up. Oh, hard success. Okay. So
Nice.
you'll still have to roll it a second time because I said it's a disadvantage. So that means roll a 1d10. We're going to take whatever's in the 10 place and put it in the place of the 3. If you get an 89 or 99, oh, you get a 70 for
74?
79. You're still good. He's like, okay. So he's looking at you and you're like, well, I don't know. What do you say to him? Ultimately, he answers you, right? You ask him that question, and he's like, tell you what, this Professor Frobisher, he's tough, you know? He made a big mess. And my guys, when they got the ropes around her, she made them bring some stuff with her. They said, she said, I can't let those out of my sight. They're very valuable. And the guy said, well, Sid, they were very valuable. We thought maybe you'd want them. I don't know if I do or not. He takes another drag of his cigarette. I don't know if they're valuable, but I know I got them.
I can assure you, holding on to those items or Professor Frobisher would be more trouble than you're looking for. More trouble than they're worth to you.
You may be right. You may be right. How about this? Why don't you help out Timmy here? Make sure he gets the job done. Because I'm not so sure that he's not still going to run. I mean, some people say blood is thicker than water, right? Um, but when it all comes down to it, he's going to need some courage. And it might be helpful to make sure that he follows through, just to make sure his sister's okay. And maybe what I'll do then, I let her go, I'll let the stuff go with her. Does that sound fair? You want to shake on it?
Certainly on the right track.
Psychology roll for Ravenscroft. Actually, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all psychology. What? I'm going to use luck on that.
Oh wait, I can undo a fumble, right?
I think you can undo a critical failure. I can't remember, or is it a fumble?
Yeah.
You have to tell me.
It's a fumble, yeah.
You can undo that. Okay. So, I'm going to let him undo the fumble, right? And Eakins, you just have a sense about these things sometimes. Really, you wouldn't believe anything at all that Sid says to you about anything. You certainly wouldn't trust him in a dark alley. Does he seem like a man of his word? When it suits him. That's what you think. And Ravenscroft, you at the because you're using a little bit of luck as well. I'll say you see a little corner of Slim's mouth kind of go up a little bit, like a little tiny grin, going like, I know how this is gonna end.
Would Miss Frobisher at least be nearby?
That's a good question. What will you give me to answer that question?
I'll ask you another question. How do you know she hasn't already escaped? She is a resourceful woman.
Oh. You know what? I'll check on that. Thanks. Maybe I'll put a couple extra guys around her just in case.
No, that's not what I meant.
So, but if we're going to go and take these pictures, we need to know that she's okay. I'm a doctor. Can I go and just check on her?
I'm gonna say no. But how about this? We'll call her. And I'll let you hear her mumble through the gag. And then, will that do it?
Well, we need some kind of assurances here. We're not really offering much. Anyway,
Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry that I am not offering you enough to satisfy you. Timmy, do you think I should be offering more? And Timmy is looking very timid around. No, Sid. And he's holding the camera very tightly. It's okay, Sid. I don't think I need their help. Can I just go? Is that all right? And Timmy is trying to back out. Oh, so you want to leave without them? He's like, yes. Can I do that, Sid? I don't know. Let me think about it for a second. And he's just smoking a cigarette. Investigators, what do you do?
I think we should just agree to go with them.
I want to hear the mumbling of the voice.
Yeah, for that. We'll take what we can get.
All right, we'll make a call. And he's like, Slim, why don't you take this guy who wants to hear the voice into the other room, and you can use the phone. Eakins, you'll have to go with him. Okay? Slim gestures toward another room. Sid lights up another cigarette and goes, we'll wait. Okay, so, Eakins, you're going to go into the other room with Slim. Let's just have you do a luck roll.
But I haven't met Dr. or Professor Frobisher before, have I?
No, you haven't.
Okay.
We did see that
So
photograph.
You did see that photo.
Right, but I need Timmy there to recognize her voice.
Oh, wait, no, you did meet her once. That's right, because you were one of those who dropped off the Dreamer's engine and the brain in the jar. All of you did.
Right.
Extreme success. Okay. So, Eakins, Slim doesn't try to stab you in the back in the other room. He just takes you over to the phone.
Lucky.
Watch him dial. And he says, put Jones on. We need proof of life for the professor. So, and he's sort of playing with his knife in one hand and holding the phone in the other. Yeah, you can take the gag off. And she's there. All right, hold on. He hands you, Eakins, the handset. You got 10 seconds. What do you say, Eakins, over the 10 seconds?
Wait, how far away are we? All right, listen.
Oh, you can't listen from where you are. You have no idea what's happening in the other room.
Radio skills.
So I say, Hi, Professor Frobisher. This is Nikki Eakins. Want to make sure that you're okay. We're doing our best to get you out of this. Are you okay? And what can you tell me about the dream engine and the brain? Is there anything that you found out that I need to know right away?
She says, "What kind of question is that, you fool? I've been kidnapped. No, I am not okay. And I don't." She says, "Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'll be fine." That's all she says.
Can I do it?
Oh, you want to do a
Can I do
psychology
a
roll?
psychology roll?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you can do it. She'll be fine. So Slim takes the phone and hangs it up. That was her, right? That was her.
That was her.
Okay. Slim gestures, pointing with his knife toward the door you just came through. By the way, everybody, Sid has not been talking this entire time while he's just smoking a cigarette and waiting. That door is still open a crack. Timmy he's got his back against the door out, just waiting, and he gives you a look expectantly. Eakins. Is she alright? Is she alright?
She's okay for now. Let's get going.
And Sid said, "Great. The Four Musketeers. Good luck to you. I'm going to need those pictures back tonight." He's looking right at Timmy. "Tonight, Timmy."
Well, you know, there were actually four main musketeer characters in the novel. Never mind, it's not important right now. We should probably get going.
And Sid goes, "Oh, right." He's pointing at each of you. "Porthos, Athos, Aramis. Timmy, you're D'Artagnan this time. The hero. Go ahead." And Slim opens the door so you can walk out. As you're walking out of that room, you see Shakes come in from the door that was partially open. He's got a revolver in his hand. He's looking at Sid and talking to him now. The boxer, the tough guy that you saw run out earlier, who you heard was named Punch, is coming back in, walking through. One of you recognizes him. Puncher Pullman, famous middleweight champion. Looking fine these days, in good form. He eyes each of you as he walks past you back into Sid's office. "Investigators, you're there at Murphy's Corner Club, but you should probably leave. What do you do?"
Yeah, we should go.
We leave.
We go try to walk back to where we left that cabby.
Right? We recover
Or-
our office first.
Yeah.
Yes. We go to.
As I recall, somebody had a fumble for that. Is that right?
One person.
No. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
One person did have a fumble.
Just for nothing. Just for the stealth.
Wait, I can go back to the recording. Please hold. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go. We'll all just scroll up together. No, so
Yeah, it was. I fumbled for stealth, and Don got hard success.
yeah, right. Okay. So the way that will manifest is when you put your gun down underneath the dumpster. It was dry before, and now it's not dry because there was a leak coming from the dumpster all over your handgun. It's rancid. It smells horrible. It might not work, actually. If you try to fire it later, we're just going to do a luck roll for that to see if it works. You think it'll be okay? You're a soldier, right? It's like, oh, it's probably fine. But
Thank goodness I not been using my luck a lot in this game.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Investigators, there is no cab to be found outside of Murphy's Corner Club. How are you going to get out of here?
Wait,
What?
wait.
Okay.
We have my talent looks similar to Don's. Always seems to have the resourceful. Always seems to have what I need to at hand.
Oh,
They spend 10 points of luck to find a certain useful piece of equipment.
okay. You want to steal a car? That's what you'll be doing.
How far is the Coast Guard station?
It's about 8 miles up the road.
Let's just walk to where we can actually get a cab.
Yeah, let's try that first.
We could do that.
Okay, so you're going to walk, I think, a little farther, maybe toward Church Street. We'll do this. Anybody else other than Pinkertt want to make a luck roll? And you'll get a cab. It's just a question of how long it takes.
Oh,
I could try it. Lucky luck.
Great. You're out there, 5 minutes. Somebody comes by in a cab, lights on, ready to go. You get in the cab. You say, what, Essex Point Coast Guard Station? Is that where you're going? That's where your guy works. Let's show you what it looks like over here, actually. So this is the coast of Arkham. Sorry. Or near Arkham, in Arkham, Massachusetts. You're going to pass by... let's see, there's a nice road along the shore. So the Essex Point Coast Guard Station is there. So, it's a quiet night, not a lot of traffic on the roads. About 35-40 minutes to get there because it is pretty dark. Cabbie takes you. Somebody's got to pay him, obviously.
okay.
Yeah, so you can arrive at the Coast Guard station. And, of course, I know it's dark. It's dark because it's nighttime. All right, Timmy works there. I says, well, here's how it looks, guys. There are 3 gates. I'm really not supposed to be working. I think I could probably get in through one of the gates. I'll just say like I forgot something in a locker or something like that, and they'll let me in. But I'm not sure that they're gonna. I don't really get guest passes. Like I don't know how I'm gonna get you in, unless you all just happen to have Coast Guard uniforms on you. And that I wouldn't allow a roll for. Even if you're resourceful. Be like, that's implausible. I'll make it so you can see yourselves. There we go. You'll cast a little bit.
Does he wear a Coast Guard uniform stored?
Oh, you can go back to Arkham. Are you gonna send
sure,
Timmy go steal 3 uniforms for us, and then come back out, and then we'll come back in.
Is there a back way into the base or?
This is what he tells you. He says there are 3 gates. One here. One here. One here. He's never had to break into this facility. He doesn't really know what advice to give you about how to sneak in, if that's what you're going to try to do. But he says he does know where he's supposed to go to take all the pictures. So,
I don't suppose any of my previous military knowledge is going to come into handy for.
oh, you want to try to do just like you're going to try to figure out where is the best place to kind of sneak in here?
Yeah.
You could probably use like I think just your intelligence, because you have some training, or you could try education, assuming you have some training, and it's come up before, So we don't need a special military school. We could just say you've incorporated some of this knowledge. You're like, what do I know about the Coast Guard and how they handle things?
I really don't have enough luck to keep using here. So, yep. Oh well.
Investigators, what do you do?
Well, could I push the roll?
Oh yeah, but if you push the roll, probably what's going to happen is you'll all get discovered.
Right.
Let's see if we can figure something else out first.
Yes, and there are guards. Each gate does have a guard, you think. Timmy thinks so. He's employed there as a guard.
So what does the fence look like? Can we
Yeah.
climb it? Can we go around?
Oh,
the
that's a good
post
question.
there?
It is, it's a chain link fence. It doesn't have concertina wire on top of it or anything like that. You could probably climb it successfully as long as you're not observed. So, if you pick a good spot that's not anywhere near a guard who's looking out, and you succeed in a stealth roll and a climb roll, I'll even do it this way. I'll say, you just need, of the three of you, one success for a stealth and one success for a climb, and we'll assume that everybody made it. Now, what this will mean, though, is you're all going to roll. Let's have you all roll stealth, and we'll have you all roll climb. And if you fail all of that, what you observe is like this is not the way we're getting in. It's not that you're going to be perceived, right, or caught. It just means that's not going to work. How does that sound? That's overly.
Hey,
Can I use dexterity instead of climb? Okay. All right. Never mind.
Because you're climbing.
Let's just do it.
Oh my gosh. Ravenscroft in the lead. Wouldn't it be amazing if you got all
I got
successes?
it. I actually got success. Oh my god, though.
Oh my god, I'm losing track. Okay, everybody has to tell me. I think there was one success for stealth, or more than one. Did anybody get a successful climb?
We all succeeded on stealth. I think we all failed on climb.
Yes.
And I fumbled.
Although you fumbled for climb. Do you have one of the rings? One of the shadow rings? Do you remember that from
I
the
remember
fabulous?
Yeah, I do. I have a cleanse ring. Yep, I do. Oh, I can use it. I cancel that one critical fumble. Yep, I'm gonna cancel that one.
This is your one, so you can only use it once per game, right? So that's it.
Yep.
We'll call that a success, unless you don't want to. You want to save that?
Please, yes, let's do that.
Okay.
No, let's do that.
Where's the spot you want to go over the fence? Pick anything. Doesn't matter.
Well, let's ask Timmy. Where should we go?
He suggests walking. Although, what does he know, right? He suggests walking along the beach, and then finding a spot here along the fence line between the sort of shore rocks, and that's probably the safest place to go up. And the reason he doesn't want to go any farther than that is there might be somebody who's out on the pier, waiting for a ship to come in or a boat to come in. So, investigators, you've actually made it over the fence then, miraculously, right?
Barely.
I'm not going to make Timmy do a stealth roll. He's like, come this way, right? And he's going to try to make his way over to a particular room. I'm going to tell you, he knows where some of the files are that Sid wants, and so he goes to find them, right? And it's this building over here. Okay, so door's actually not locked. He can go in. He's like, should we go in? We're going in. Okay. And then everybody do a listen roll. Okay, so Eakins. Right. Whatever. You switch places. Timmy's like, it's up here. You're like, okay, I'll go first. because you just want to check out the scene, right? You feel a little paranoid for whatever reason. And you listen, and there's somebody on the radio, right? So you're moving toward some kind of file room, right? That's where Timmy is sending you. And you're getting closer and closer to that. You're sort of creeping up some stairs, and then you hear someone talking on the radio. Timmy's like, we're supposed to be in there. We're supposed to be in there. And Eakins, you're the one who's close enough to the door, and you hear someone speaking, but in German. Investigators, what do you do?
Can we peek in without being seen?
You can't open that door without being seen unless you succeed in a stealth roll.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Anyone else?
What are you going to do if you fail? You're discovered immediately by whoever's on the radio.
Okay. Stealth. Somewhere around here. And hey.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
thank goodness. Wow.
Oh, so prepared.
So Eakins, you're like, somebody's in there. Somebody's speaking German. Ravenscroft, you go over to the door, right? You just sort of like carefully turn the knob, yes? And you're like, I hope these hinges have been oiled, right? You got lucky. They've been oiled. That's military efficiency. You open the door enough. You see some files strewn on the table. And then there's someone at a radio station, right? Looking out a window toward the sea. He's reading from a file. And he's speaking in German. He's in a Coast Guard uniform. Back is turned to you.
So none of us understands German. We're just gonna look at each other. And,
Anybody know German?
Oh, in that case, I'll try to, since I already stealth, try to come up behind him and whack him on the back of the head with my gun.
You have advantage for this. You'll still have to do a brawl roll because I need to know if you fumble it. But all you have to do is succeed.
How could that?
We were just supposed to take pictures.
Ravenscroft, you hear this guy speaking German, looking at papers. He's wearing a Coast Guard uniform. You walk up slowly, quietly. You've got your gun in your hand. Flip it so you, or whatever. One quick swing, like this. He goes down like a lump right there.
Just like we practiced.
Just like you practice. I won't make you do a spot hidden roll, everybody. He's got files laid out all over the place. It looks like he's reading them or planning to read them out. What do they look like? They look like Coast Guard patrol schedules. They look like harbor pilot and shipping manifests. They look like a lighthouse duty roster. They look like a Navy convoy schedule. What do you do?
We tie this guy up using his belt and whatever's around.
Should we start taking some pictures?
All right, Timmy's like,
Wait.
Oh.
Are these reports written or are they typed?
they're typed.
So we can't fudge them.
I'd like to try fudging them, altering a letter here or there that may, add a little mark to something that might make an 8 instead of 7, still make it look believable.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Time is running. I would allow you to do this if you succeed in a dexterity roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow, John's on a roll.
I'm
No
doing
pun intended.
on the
You're like, I'm just going to doctor these papers, right? As quickly as possible.
second.
Looking for the places, where it's easiest to turn a 5 into a 6, right? Or turn a 1 into a 7, or something like that. And then you could put them back down. You could tell Timmy, like, just not too close, just far enough away that you could still read it, right? And he's like, okay.
Give a slight blur,
Slight blur.
a little black.
Dark in this office. You can just hear the breathing of this guy you've knocked out. Of course, Timmy's heart is hammering. He's got the camera with the flash, right? With another flash. With another flash. Make a sanity roll, everybody. Just for fun. Great. If you succeed, it's a 0-point loss. If you fail, it's a 1-point loss. It's a tense scenario. You're just like, I hope you can get this last picture in. Okay. Very good. He's like, okay, I think I got it. Investigators, what do you do next?
Well, now we got to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna check this guy's pocket for him, if we can find anything.
Oh,
Can we
key or
do?
something like that. Oh,
Yeah, or
like can we look for out uniforms?
Sure, I'll let you just find uniforms if you want.
Cool. All right.
Are you in Coast Guard uniforms now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, what'd you do with your other clothes?
What? I chose an coverall, so I'm just putting out an over, so I just look bulky.
Okay. Let's say everybody can do that. That's fine. So you all look like you belong there now, right? Are you going out through the front gate, or are you going to climb the fence again?
so before
Front
we
gate.
go, I'd like to do a spot hidden to see like why is this guy speaking in German? Something's out of place.
Very good. Okay, spot hidden. Okay. You're sort of checking him out. It's hard to tell when you're looking at him, but you're kind of using your practiced eye, checking for details. You notice something unusual by his neck. What is that? It's just like a little bit of staining on his collar. And it's sort of a flesh-colored staining. And then you realize, oh, he's got some makeup on his neck of some kind. What is that? So if you take some cloth or something like that and you just, or maybe the collar of his shirt, and you scrub down a little more, you see a swastika tattoo, a very small one, on the side of his neck.
Okay. As somebody who fought Nazis, I am very concerned. Kind of want to kill him.
Do you have a
Well,
temporary
hold on.
mania?
We got him tied up. I say we reveal the tattoo and write a note on him that says spy. German spy.
Do you take an ink pen and just write it on his forehead or something like that?
Yes. I'm not going to be inglorious bastard about it, but yeah.
All right. But Pinkertt wants to kill him.
Yeah, we're going to try to hold him off. Charm him, calm him down.
The sun's getting
All right,
real
I'm getting-
low. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Are you running out now? Going through the gate? Going over the fence?
Sun's getting low, big guy. Let's go out the front. Well, unless, there's the possibility that this is a whole Nazi camp. But no, Timmy knows. We could ask Timmy. I think it's okay if we walk out the front.
Timmy says, "No, I don't think so. I don't really think it's a good idea to let anyone know that I left earlier, and I'm leaving again when I didn't come back. Does that sound okay? Maybe we should climb the fence again."
Okay.
We did climb together. He climbed with us. So.
Yes, I won't make you roll for that again. You can go out the way you came in. Okay. So, investigators, you had a cab bring you up here. What did you tell that cabbie?
Yeah, we told him to wait.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Very good. We can say that you did.
Eakins would give him an extra big tip.
Absolutely.
Wait here. We'll be back.
I meant to. Not to retroactively do stuff. You can determine that. So was there a phone in this room or just the radio?
Oh, there was a radio and a phone.
Are there any labels on the phone? Like, I could just dial 0 for security.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Do you want to try to
About
do
the
that?
other- Yeah.
Yeah, you can dial 0.
Okay.
Let's say 0, you get, a base operator or something like that. Base operator.
Could you send security to the filing building? I think there's a spy here. Oh, I gotta go.
You hear a siren go off about 10 seconds later, and all the lights all over the base come on.
We're sauntering. We're in uniform. We're fine.
Right. So
We mingle with any other sailors who show up, looking as confused as they are.
Timmy's like, they're going to lock this place down. We better get out of here fast.
Yep.
I will make you do a dexterity roll for this. Actually, what I'll do
Okay.
as well is, why don't I turn off all of the darkness on this map, because it's been lit up. It's all, I'm going to turn on what's called daylight mode. It's not really daylight. It's just, all the lights are on now, and all the sirens are going, and people are running around.
It wouldn't be so bad except for the guys spotlights on the towers.
Can I push my dexterity roll?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the run, right?
Yeah.
Is everybody else? Wow, that's for that other dexterity roll, that's a fumble. So, are you using the? Did you use your ring already for that?
Me? Yes.
Right. Okay. Jonathan has. Don has not.
I'm not. Is that a fumble for me?
Yeah. I mean, the typical fumble range is 96 to 99, and then a critical failure is 100 if it's not specified, even for an attribute rather than a skill. So that is a fumble. So
I'll use my ring.
Okay, that's your one fumble for the game. Eakins, you could use luck, or you could push the roll if you really want to get off of this base.
No, I'll use luck.
Okay. Because if you didn't, this is the part where somebody gets caught and left behind. And then you can play Timmy for the rest of the game instead. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, so are you leaving the base now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You make your way over the fence before anybody notices, right? You've run quickly enough. Everything is lit up. Even sort of the outside is lit up. Is that cabbie still going to be there? Because I'm a nice person, I'm going to say yes, he's still there. But as you come running up, he's looking at you a little bit suspiciously, especially since you're all in uniform. And he's starting up the engine, as you run toward him, giving you a kind of a skeptical look. And as you get close enough, he sticks his head out of the window and he says, "I better get a really big tip for this."
You got it.
I'll take care of you.
Okay.
You
get in the cab. You start driving. You're driving back down the coast. You've got the pictures. You've got Timmy. You've got an entire Coast Guard base on alert, with probably a German spy who was caught reading stuff out onto the airwaves to someone. You've got pictures, kind of, sort of exactly what he was reading out. It's probably all going to be changed, by the time anybody gets your pictures. You're in the car. You're driving. The road's dark. There's oncoming traffic. That's weird. It's probably like 1 a.m. at this point, right? And as you drive from the Coast Guard facility, you wind up passing another car It's going pretty fast. Can I have spot hidden from all three of you? And you're hunkered down anyway, right? You're like, we don't want to make ourselves obvious at all, right?
I know that.
But as you're driving, right, or as the cabbie is driving, and you're sort of scrunched down a little bit, or you turn your head to the side, anybody who succeeded, and that was all of you, out of the corner of your eye, you see the other car that you are passing, right around here. I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah, right around here, the car that you're passing is being driven by Slim. So he's coming the other way. You're passing him like this. He's going like this. What do you do?
I feel like this is follow that car situation.
Yeah, let's do that.
So
We'll get you a bigger, even bigger tip if you follow that car.
bigger tip. He's excited. You just want me to turn. You want me to follow that car? The one that
Yes.
is going back toward. Well, you've been driving a few minutes, so you're far enough away from the Coast Guard station. So
Yeah, don't make a copy of it.
Yeah. He turns around and he starts following that other car. And there's a turnoff that car takes. That's the blue X. It's a few miles before the Coast Guard station, but surprisingly not that far away from it. Maybe 3 miles before the Coast Guard station. So you're like 5 miles up the Arkham coast, and you see that car turn off onto a kind of a hidden roadway in a wooded area. What do you do?
I mean, we should follow it. Is the car stopping?
It's pulled into the wood somewhere. That's what you saw. And the cabbie is getting closer and closer to that side road that the other car took. And he's going like, I don't know if I should be going down there. By the way, we should give the cabbie a name. Who would like to give the cabbie a name? You're good friends now.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel the cabbie. My friends call me Nate. You guys can call me Nathaniel.
Ask him to turn off the lights and follow down that
Well,
side road.
Maybe we could maybe we should hop out and have Nate wait for us here.
So, can we tell how far the other car is going?
You cannot.
I say we follow it
On foot or with car?
in the car.
All right, 2 to 1. We'll keep going in the car.
I say ask the cabbie to turn off the lights and use the lights from the car ahead to follow it.
And go slow. It's awful dark out, says Nate.
We're feeling lucky.
And he says, you're the only one. And so Nate, Nathaniel to you, the cabbie, takes you down this roadway somewhat. So I'll show you where you are here, roughly. And then he sees the lights of the car ahead of him disappear around a corner. And he says, I don't think I'm gonna go any farther, guys. And I might go back to Arkham, even.
Oh no, just wait here. We'll pay you double your normal fee.
He's looking at you. That's
And give him a retainer to stay there. Give him a advance.
We're gonna need a credit rating roll, actually. How's this? We're gonna have all three of you roll credit rating. You only need one success.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Nathaniel, Nate,
That's good.
friends. Nathaniel, do you? Did everybody use their ring?
I've used mine.
Oh no, but I have another one. I have a fail something or other. Let me check.
See if you can figure out what that is. This is amazing.
Um,
He's gonna drive away. If somebody
Vigilance of the Watcher.
oh, what does that do?
So I can re-roll one failed roll
Is
per
this it?
session.
This is it then?
Yes.
Oh,
Or you could
Yeah.
push it.
I have finesse as well.
Oh. Somebody was really nice to you. Okay, Eakins, that didn't work.
All right, I'll try that one more time.
Nathaniel's only going to stay if somebody gets a success.
I mean, I just to at least not respond to a fumble, like report us or something. Yeah,
Okay,
that's a lot of luck.
he's going to let you out here. So you can either come back with me to Arkham right now, or you can get out. Because I'm going.
We'll get out. We'll steal a car.
But what's Timmy gonna do? Timmy gonna come with us?
I don't know.
We're
Want me to come with you?
we're trying to find your trying to find your sister, Timmy. Trying to find your sister.
He says, well,
You do whatever.
yeah.
It's not gonna.
Sorry, what was that?
You can do whatever his conscience feels, but Styles is not gonna honor his arrangement.
He's
Not
like,
that kind of man.
you're probably right. You're probably right. So you guys, you want to go have a look down here?
Yeah.
All right, you go first. And in the worst case, if somebody starts shooting, I'll say, don't shoot, I got the camera.
Perfect.
But I'm the one
That's
with
the plan.
the camera, you know. Investigators, spot hidden.
Yeah, we know there's at least one other car here. That might be available. Gee.
Okay. Since that's a fumble, you've got to have a negative consequence for fumble. I think you're out. So you sprained your ankle. You hit a tree root or something like that, right? You take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Eakins, you're looking around. You can see there's kind of some sort of building in the distance. Looks kind of large. There's some sort of chain link fence between you and the building. It goes through some kind of dense wood, and of course the road continues on and on around. There are a few small lights in the distance. What do you do?
So we didn't see where the car went.
It went
Is
around
it
this corner. I know,
okay?
it's awfully dark out there.
Yeah, there's a corner.
There's a corner. You think there's a corner. I mean, it's also possible the car just turned its lights off.
So I think we should just walk up carefully and stealthily towards that area and see. Just keep an eye out for people and just be very cautious. But I think we need to head that way.
All right.
Do a spot hidden when we can again.
All right. I'll tell you very shortly. So, are you going stealthily? I think I'm not going to call for stealth. I think it's dark. No one's expecting you, right? It's a lonely road. No one would be on it. No person in their right mind would be walking down the road like this in the middle of the night. There is no expectation that you have to do more than just walk. So, if you're going up to this corner, you could do another spot hidden from there if you want.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so,
Hey,
oh, okay. So, Eakins, you can see that there's a light in the distance over here, but Ravenscroft, you can tell, um, not only is there a light there, and not only is there a light here, there are two men. One is on whatever this thing seems to be, probably a dock or a pier of some kind. There's sort of a little flare as he lit a cigarette, and then this other man is walking up and down the pier, back and forth between the beach and the dock. Yes, that's the limit of what you see from there.
Do we see anything about the building?
Uh,
The fence?
you can sort of make out that there is a light on the front of the building. It looks kind of like a warehouse, you think.
How high is the fence? Would it be easy enough to climb?
Uh, Easy enough with a successful climb roll. Or you could cut through the fence. I mean, it's just a fence, right? You could dig under it. All these things are possible. You just have to tell me if you want to try something like that. It's just like a chain link fence that somebody put up that's probably about 6 feet tall.
I'm gonna just remind the guys about the stuff I overheard about a warehouse, and this must be it.
at least coincidental.
I mean, we could try to climb, but I have a feeling I could fall on my head.
Yeah, I don't like my chances either.
Maybe we try digging this time.
Sure.
Does anybody have any? Do you think? I think we should cut it, but does anybody have anything we can cut this with?
I don't.
I usually have a knife, but I use 10. Do I need 10 luck points to have a knife?
No, if you,
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
but would a knife cut through a chain link fence? I mean,
Or lock cutters?
yeah, you definitely don't have lock cutters. That's not something that you decided on.
But
Maybe it was
with
in
the talent,
Oh,
the resourceful talent.
you might have a multi-tool or something like that. What is that? Does that take like 10 luck or something like that for you to use a resourceful talent? Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
I'll give you a multi-tool.
Okay. Now it better work. If it doesn't work and I use 10 points, that's not fair.
No, you'll definitely have it. You'll definitely have it. If you're burning 10 luck points on having a multi-tool, that just happens to be able to cut through the wire on a chain link fence.
Wait,
If this was your move every single turn, I'd be like, no. But if, this is the most reasonable time, go ahead. So, yes, you can cut through that. And did you pick a spot?
We cut the whole fence. Somewhere.
Be back so we're not so close to the front. Yeah.
Does that work for you guys? Does that make sense? Are we in agreement?
Works for me.
Yeah.
Not you.
That's just visual. That's just visual. So you can
Sorry,
walk.
my mouse was having problems getting to the mute. Yes.
So could I have you do a spot hidden after crossing over? So let's say you snip, snip, snip. You don't need to cut the whole fence down. You just need to find a spot near a post where you could make a few snips, enough to get through easily. Unless you want to cut a big hole in case you have to run through it later.
Just enough, I think, is good.
Okay. All right. So that was a regular. So let's see. Ravenscroft, did you just do your spot hidden just now? Was that an older one?
Pinkertt just now.
Pinkertt just now. Okay. And then so Ravenscroft, you could do a spot hidden and Eakins also.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that instruction. Come on.
Okay, that's a fumble. I'm not going to say sprain your other ankle, although There's got to be something. So,
Trip on the sprained ankle.
yeah, what would happen if you... Okay, so here's what happens with your failed spot hidden. It's you wind up, you're looking around, you're not looking in the right place, you hit your head against a branch. You don't take any damage for that, but it makes a noise. It makes a noise. And let's say this is the way you get a kind of a success from the spot hidden. You notice that there are men, at least two, you think, this is all you can see from where you are, walking around the building, just keeping an eye on things. There's one. There's another one. He heard a sound over here. He's looking around. What was that? Oh, that was you getting hit in the head with a branch or something like that. Investigators, he's kind of peering into the woods now, where you are. What do you do?
Try not to be seen. Move into the
Tuck down. Drop.
Or down?
up,
Stealth.
down and don't move.
We'll do stealth rolls for everybody. And
gosh.
you only have to have one succeed.
Now,
But wouldn't it be cool if everybody... Okay. Ravenscroft was like, oh, I just hit my head. Everybody down, down. And he sees a guy come. You all, including Timmy, right? I'm sorry, I left him far back there. I'll bring him back up. Timmy's there as well, and he's like, he gets down too. Why are we getting down? Okay. Whoever's on patrol looks, doesn't see anything. Probably a squirrel or something. And so he walks. Keeps walking. And he just sort of settles in the front, talking to whoever else is there.
I believe Eakins did have a successful spot. Did we gather info from that?
Yeah, I mean, you can detect that there's kind of a pattern to how they walk. You also noticed, by the way, that there's another guard near the very front where the road comes in, and there is a car not too far away from you. You think you hear a little bit of a click from the engine. Turned off freshly, probably.
I need to steal that later.
We'll see.
Can we tell what the entrances to the building are? There's
Oh,
one
you'll have to
in
get
front.
much closer. You can tell that there's one up here, for sure.
Do we see any windows, or do we have to get close?
You can't tell from where you are. It's pretty dark. So if you get a little bit closer around the back or the front or the sides, just tell me which way you're going.
Coming around the back.
So go around opposite where the guards are.
Yeah, coming around here and scouting around.
Okay. You can tell that there are some high windows that are open. Not open, but, like... And there are some lower ones that are painted over. No doors in the back, just windows. There's a side door over here. You can see that. And you think you know that there's a door up there in the front.
Is there any chance of lucking out and finding a window where the paint has worn off in a spot?
Oh, you're going to try to do a luck roll? You can.
Sure. Never mind. What?
Oh, Eakins is also doing the same thing.
Yeah, looking for your crack in the paint.
Okay. This is just for you then, Eakins. If you go, let's say, over here, so you find the spot. There's a window, the crack in the paint, spot hidden.
Mm-hmm.
There. It's a shame that you can't see anything, even through that crack in the paint. You're like, well, it's dark in there.
Wow. Okay.
That's a fumble as well, though. I'm going to let that one go. I'll wait for the next one. No, it doesn't seem fair to let it go, does it? So what that means is somebody's coming around. You can tell the guard's back on patrol. You can hear it, though, in time. You can hide again if you want. What do you guys do?
Yeah, so let's head back into the woods, maybe. Around and let him pass.
All right, so you're back.
My turn.
You guys are letting him pass? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Timmy's going to stay next to you the entire time and try not to make a ruckus. This guy is going around this side. You can't tell very much about him, but his shoulders are kind of slumped. You know, he's a little bit tired. You think he's been on watch for a little while. He does a kind of a shifty sort of look for a moment around. He's got some sort of hat on, and then he goes to sit on just a pile of crates near the door on this side where nobody's looking. And then he leans back a little bit and puts his hat over his eyes, and you could see him rest the Tommy gun that he's been carrying on his lap. Is he taking a nap? He might be taking a nap. Let's have anyone do a luck roll to see if he falls asleep. Just one of you, though. You have to pick in advance.
Right.
Jonathan's
I'm at 72.
You're at 72 for luck?
I have decent luck, maybe slightly better than yours. Except that in reality, I haven't been having the luck on the roll. But I'm happy to try.
It's hard to know what to do.
Maybe it's the turnaround. Yeah, go for it.
All right.
He doesn't want to be responsible. Extreme success.
Nice.
There we go.
Hey,
What you need?
this guy's tired. He's tired. He nods off almost immediately. And you hear snoring for a moment, all of you. Like, you can't believe it. What's happening? That guy actually fell asleep on the job. Then he starts to convulse exactly where he's sitting. He makes choking noises and sobbing noises and crying noises. Not very loud. You think no one else around you can hear this at all. You're just close enough and it's just quiet enough. Is he having a nightmare?
Can I do a medicine roll and see, like, can I tell, is this something that's peculiar to this individual, or is there something bigger going on?
Not from the edge of the chain link fence.
Not from the wood.
Not from the wood.
Okay, so let's go up and let me see if I can just see. There's gotta be something.
Is everybody going up? Ravenscroft, are you staying back in the woods with Timmy? Are you watching your friends going up there?
Yeah, I'm watching. Make sure no other guards come around.
Okay.
I have my revolver.
And Pinkertt, you're there. Are you getting closer now?
I'm ready to. I'm ready to attack the guys if he can seize it.
Okay. Eakins, are you touching him or not touching him? You're just sort of making an observation.
Not touching it, but getting close.
You're getting close. You watch, and you can see actually as you get closer. For a moment, you panic. His eyes are open, but you realize no, he's actually asleep. He's kind of frothing at the mouth. His eyes are bugging out. He's having some kind of nightmare, but it's a waking nightmare. He's convulsing, and you notice for one moment that can't be right. He sort of bounces up and then comes back down, but then you think, no, wait, he didn't come back down, and you look and he's floating off of this set of crates by maybe half an inch, maybe an inch, in whatever kind of seizure he's having in that moment, that sort of terrible, horrifying nightmare that he's going through right now. It's separating him from the physical world. He's defied gravity in some sort of way. His eyes are becoming milky and gray, and he has a face of pure, stricken fear and panic. And I think everybody is close enough to see him float up off the ground, so everyone gets to make a sanity roll now. Then you can tell me what you do. So if you succeed, it's a 1d3 loss. If you fail, it's a 1d5 loss. Three points for Eakins. 1 point for Pinkertt. Right, 3 for Ravenscroft. Okay, investigators. He's having some kind of... This guard, with the Tommy gun on his lap, is floating. He's having some sort of strange, almost possessed, exorcism-worthy kind of seizure. He might scream at any moment. That's a concern. What do you do?
I'll take the gun. Is there... Does it look like there's anything that... Like, is he going to choke himself? Like, is he going to die because of this? Can I tell? Like, I'd rather leave him alone, but if he's going to be seriously hurt or injured, my ethics are going to kick in and try to do something to help him.
Extreme success. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to take my gun and whack the guy on the head.
Okay, well, Eakins, you think this guy probably might die, but it's going to be hard going, and he's going to make a death rattle that's probably going to bring everybody down on you at any given moment, unless you can quiet him down. Pinkertt, I just need you to do... you're going to roll damage for your whacking this guy in the head. You're going to roll a 1d12, because you got nothing but advantage here. You put everything into it, right? You've got your gun in your hand. There is a wet as the handle of your gun contacts with his forehead and makes an indentation. It's a permanent concussion, actually. There's no coming back from that. He quiets down, as quiet as anyone, anywhere, ever, who's left this life. And then he stops floating.
Is he unconscious or is he dead?
Oh, he's gone. He's dead. He was just killed.
He was dying anyway.
It's a mercy.
Okay, sure.
My gun is having an interesting time at this adventure.
Yeah, it smells, actually. Your hand smells. The corpse of this man around his head smells. At least you didn't have to fire it yet to see if it works from the dripping garbage that soaked it earlier. Investigators, Timmy has watched all this happen. I'm not going to make him do a sanity roll, but he should. But I'm not going to, if he fails it, I'm not going to take over his next action and make him do something that's going to cause a problem. So what do you do next?
I want to listen at the little side door here. If there's anything around the warehouse.
Okay, you can listen.
After telling folks are my compatriots, do you think that was the dream device? Could that be doing that?
Wait, what?
Would the dream device have been activated?
What do you guys know?
And it could have been. I tried to tinker around with it, but didn't get anywhere. So I think there's definitely something going on. But we should listen and see. Is there like a window in the door that we can look into before we...
There's the side door, so you can listen. I think the door itself is locked, but if you want to put your ear up against it, you can both hear there's a poker game going on the other side of this door. 3 distinct voices. Actually, and I'm going to have Pinkertt do an education roll. I'll tell you why in a moment. I just want to see if it succeeds or fails.
Any luck left?
You're going to push that one.
Not a lot of luck. Just saying.
Pinkertt,
Did you push it?
he did push it. This is why. Because you're thinking, that guy, and you're a soldier. Actually, oh, soldiers, we go on patrol too. We do rotations around buildings too. We are usually partnered up with someone too. We're usually only supposed to take so long, to circulate. And if somebody doesn't see us come back when we're supposed to come back, they get nervous, right? Maybe they don't get immediately nervous. Maybe they say, oh, that guy, he stopped for a whiz, or he stopped for a smoke, or he did whatever. But then part of you thinks, you don't know. You don't know the routines. You weren't watching them long enough. That's all. You don't know how much time you have. But you think it's not an infinite amount of time.
We either got to take out that guy out front, or we just got to get into this building.
There's a poker game on the other side of the door. I'd say we're better off going in the front. And this other guy's going to get suspicious. So can those of us who are a little bit more brawny than the doctor try to surprise this other guy and take him out?
Let's go send Timmy.
Yeah, all four of you dressed as Coast Guard. Right. Send Timmy the little guy.
I guess I'll go see if I can take the guy out.
How are you going
Do any of us seem to be about the same size of this guard that we just mercifully killed?
You, Ravenscroft.
What were you going to say? I'll try to at least switch out my jacket and put on his hat. Kind of hang it low. Suggest to Pinkertt, all right, I'll try to get his attention and bring him over, and you hide and ambush him.
I like that plan.
Okay.
Does that sound good, GM?
That's a fine plan. I'm actually not going to make you roll disguise or anything like that. I'm just going to say you could stick your head out and go, come over here. Right? The other guy looks at you and goes, what? Oh, he's got a Tommy gun also. So he's walking slowly over. What's this nonsense you're calling him over for? Pinkertt, he walks past you. Actually, he doesn't see you in the corner there. What do you do?
Well, my gun's been working for me so far. I'll use my gun and just whack him again on the back of the head.
For this one, I will have you do a brawl roll.
Okay.
If not the gun, the smell should not.
I'm using my 2 points of. I'm using 2 more points of luck.
2 more points of luck.
Last,
You can connect here. You can connect, and why don't you roll a 1d12 for a nice, strong, smelly gun whack. I don't know, pistol whip. I guess it's 8. That's pretty good. That's enough. At the connecting at the back of the neck or this guy's head. You actually hear a little bit of a crack, and you're like, that guy looks heavy. This is going to be annoying, right? Down. Actually, I'll mark him as dead.
All right, I'm getting the Tommy gun.
Oh,
yeah.
Eakins has a Tommy gun? Oh wait, no. I think Eakins had the Tommy gun from before, right?
Yeah, I took it.
Well, I took it as part of my costume.
Oh, you're like, oh, I'll need this. Is that all right?
I'm probably not going to be any good with a gun anyway. But
Anybody have a Tommy gun skill?
I have
Machine gun skill?
a rifle, but it's 15.
Okay. That's not very good at all for a Tommy gun.
No.
Probably better for you not to have it. Okay. These guys are dead. Are you dragging them out or just leaving them there?
I'll drag them close. Try to at least,
Good.
yeah, not a big thing, but just like get them out of the way so it's
Yeah.
not noticeable.
Mhm.
Okay, somewhere. I don't know. Somewhere. Hitman style. Okay, investigators, the front door is clear. There is a guard over by the fence that leads here into this lot. He's not looking your way at all because his job is to look at the road, so he doesn't see you. What do you do?
Try this. Go in the front door.
Mm,
Wait, let's listen to the front door first.
yeah.
Okay, do a roll. Okay, so it's a success from Eakins.
I'll listen. I'll listen.
Okay, and a hard success from Ravenscroft. So, you hear Slim's voice. You remember it from before, I think, even just for a couple minutes. You, especially Eakins, you remember Slim's voice. And he's talking to the guys playing poker. And he's saying something like, just make sure to keep your eyes peeled. The boss was going to send a couple other guys out, but he sent me instead for a little while. And he says, and how's the professor doing? And one of the other nondescript voices from the nondescript men playing poker says, she hasn't been any trouble. She's just been sitting over there in the corner, minding her own business, not talking to any of us. I thought she was sleeping for a little while there, but her eyes have been open this whole time. I think she's just watching to see if we slip up. But of course we won't. And you hear like the flick of cards. Plus we got the boys outside. We're good, Slim. That's what you hear. Investigators, what do you do?
Well, we could either A, charge them, B, try to sneak in and release the professor, C, get rid of the other guard, and then do one of those two things. What do you guys... those are the options I see. Anybody else?
Let's sneak in. Because there's this guard here, but then there are two other guards.
I've not been very stealthy, I have to say. I can try to do my best, but I'm not good on that one.
Yeah, but at least for now we have the element of surprise. And even if we lose it, we have two different groups. We've got the inside group and the outside group will come running after us. So we might take care of some of the guys inside before the outside guys come in.
Which corner do you think she's in?
It sounded like she was there where they could see her. So I would think down by the side door.
All right. Do you want me to tell you what... let's see. Let's have a luck roll from anybody to see if there's a little sliver between the door and the jamb, enough for you to see what's going on. It's too bad you can't use luck on a luck roll, but it doesn't matter because Pinkertt has found like a little gap, and he's looking. And Pinkertt, this is what you see. So you're at this far end where the door is. I know I'm showing you inside, but you're actually not outside. So I'm going to lift you up a little bit here to sort of show you're on the other side of that door. You can see a little farther away, probably about 20 feet or so, Slim talking to the three guys who are playing poker. And then over here, not all that far away from you, against a wall, almost halfway, I guess I would say, between the other door and the door that you're at. Professor Frobisher, sitting on the ground, uncomfortably. Her hands are bound. There are two objects on the floor near her. They're both lit up, just a little bit. You can barely tell. Tiny, tiny bulbs in the darkness, almost. Investigators, what do you do?
Wait, where are the guys? I mean, I see where she is. Where are the guys?
They're by the other door. So you're at the front door, right? And they were by that side door that you were. So you can ignore. Don't think too much about it as a map. The thing you need to know is they're at the other door, over here on the other side. Oh, you can't even see them, can you? You can just kind of hear them. The professor's here, about halfway between you and them.
Well,
Maybe I'll show
one of us could
you
try to.
Lim.
One of us could try to go sneak over to them, and the other. Well, I will certainly cover people with the Tommy gun if they get discovered. We could go that way.
I think we're gonna need to take these guys out, though. So, what if we all sneak in and, like, I don't know how.
How many of them are there?
It's Slim plus 3.
So I've got a spell that I've had good success with in the past, the Fist of Yogg-Sothoth.
Oh.
Like from there, like if we sneak in, they're not paying attention. I could get aim it straight at them, and I would think miss the professor.
You could try that. I would allow it. I think you would have to, because of the distance, burn up all the magic points you have right now. It's probably like 12 or something like that, right? And I would still have you do a POW roll, and I could, I don't know if I'll need to do damage or not, but, what would happen, even with the Fist of Yogg-Sothoth at that distance, is it's enough to kind of push all of them. You're not going to kill them. It's going to be kind of like a disruption. They might take a couple hit points of damage, but it's not like throwing a comet at them or something like that. Or you could just fire the two Tommy guns.
We could get. What if we got him closer?
It probably would increase the damage somewhat. Yeah. I won't know until you decide you're going to do it. It's a soft magic system. So here's what I'll do. I'll let you roll a D100 for total damage. Okay? And that will be, once I tell you that number, you can tell me if, I'll let you decide, whether it kind of disperses across everybody and kind of pushes them all back, or if somehow when he invokes the fist, it was focused mostly on one of them. You can tell me what you want to do there. Or you could just start shooting Tommy guns. Or you could do whatever else. You could try to sneak over.
Yeah, if Eakins wants to do that, fine. But I'll suggest that Ravenscroft is willing to try to sneak over to the professor and bring her out. And if he's noticed, open fire.
I'll have my Tommy gun ready.
All right. So we would need a. Yeah. So we need a. You would. So Eakins, if you're going to get closer, that's a stealth roll. Right. And Ravenscroft. So we're going to do it all at once, right? If this is really the plan.
Yeah.
Eakins has to do.
I'm going to get a little bit closer.
Yeah. He would have to succeed in the stealth roll. Ravenscroft would have to succeed in the stealth roll. Oh, that's 8 points.
I'm using luck though.
You're using 8.
Build up.
Are you going to push this?
I'm using luck.
Okay, so you're using luck for yours. Reasonable, right? So you can get closer. Ravenscroft, are you pushing your roll?
Maybe 39 low.
As if not. Yeah, it's 39 luck. And keep in mind, since it's Pulp Cthulhu, if anybody is below 45 in the next game, if you live, I'll let you add 3d6 worth of luck.
I'm gonna.
I'm well below that.
I'll use my luck. Yeah.
You're going to use luck. Okay. So your stealth succeeds, so you can get to Professor Frobisher.
Yeah.
She recognizes you, by the way. She is awake. She sees you. She looks at you. She looks at the brain in the jar. She looks at the Dreamer's engine. She says, "You have to take those." Okay.
Okay.
Eakins, you're getting closer. Are you going to cast that
Mhm.
spell?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to burn all your magic points. Roll a d100. We're going to do this, actually. I'm going to let you roll a d100 twice. You can take whichever one's higher. As you invoke the Fist of Yog-Sothoth, concentrating all of your mental energies to change the shape of reality around you. No consequence to that at all. To send a wall of force at your foes. Okay. What did you want to do with those 55 points of damage?
I want to disperse it among all of them.
Okay. Pinkertt, I'm going to ask you what you're going to do next in a moment. But first I want to say this is what's happened so far, which is Ravenscroft has crept closer to Professor Frobisher. She sees her. She sees the brain in the jar. She sees the Dreamer's engine. Or he sees those things. She's there. She said, "You have to take those." Eakins has crept closer. He starts chanting. He's concentrating, barely under his breath. You hear some words, and then you watch as he takes his hand, holds all the fingers up, closes them into a fist, and shoves it forward only an inch. This is like the Bruce Lee short punch for Don.
1 inch.
I'm doing it for you. That the Fist of Yog-Sothoth looks like in our game now. And a kind of a wall of force pushes all four men against the door, the side door. You were just around there. Pushes them into the door and through the door, splintering the door with a blast outward. I'll tell you, 3 of them are dead. You won't really know that, but you think that was hard to take. 1 of them is not. Pinkertt, you just saw this happen. What do you do?
Timmy, go help Ravenscroft. I go over. I'm gonna run over to check out all the guys and with the Tommy gun ready to like slam anybody that's still.
Okay. All right. So you're coming this way. All right. You're running in that direction with the Tommy gun. You have to go through the door to check out those guys.
Yep.
All right. You see Slim getting up. He's got a stiletto in his hand. He's fast. So this is going to be... He sees you coming, right? And the question is, can you get to him with your Tommy gun, before he gets to you with his stiletto? How are we going to decide that? You're going to do a brawl roll? Slim's going to do a brawl roll as well. We're going to see how both of those go. Because he's not actually trying to defend himself. He wants to kill you. Right? That's his plan. So, I'm going to roll for Slim. Oh! I don't normally roll.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. So it's a moment. It's like the Rocky and Apollo Creed moment, where you connect very strongly and firmly with the end of that rifle against Slim's temple. He's not coming back from this. You hear a crack. He's already been damaged. He, though, has connected with you with his stiletto. The question is, what's the damage you're going to take? It's impale damage. It's a 1d6. You roll it. Oh, just a scratch. Maybe it's just a jab in the gut. You think, oh, that could be it. Oh, no. You feel a nick. You're like, I have cut myself just about this much while shaving, you think, because you're a tough guy. Really, you are bleeding somewhat. There's a poke in your abdomen. That's going to leave a mark, for sure. All right, but you'll remember Slim by that scar. But that's it, because he's dead now. All right. Investigators, Professor Frobisher is being assisted by Timmy, who is untying her hands, and he's saying, I'm really sorry, sis. And she says, this was your fault, and I do not forgive you. And then everybody comes back in, right? I assume you're all sort of dusting off at this point. Professor Frobisher is getting up. She's been untied. She thanks you for coming for her. And then she says something quite peculiar. But you don't quite hear what she's saying in a moment of incredible dissonance or strangeness. You've seen many strange things before. She's saying, I'd like to introduce you to someone. And that's when you notice the brain in the jar moving. It's moving now. It's lit up. And it has 8 little spidery legs on it of Professor Frobisher's design, actually. Little hinges, little copper legs. It's turned. The brain is facing right toward you. And it's crawling in your direction, all of you. Timmy starts screaming, and Frobisher says, calm down, Timmy. The rest of you are going to make a sanity roll as the brain speaks and says, pleasure to meet you. My name's Frankie Floyd. Okay, and so if you succeed, it's a 1d3 sanity loss. If you fail, it's a 1d8 sanity loss. Which means you get a temporary mania, and in this case, as we are at the end of the scenario, it is you're going to run outside, Pinkertt. Your temporary mania is, I think, an incredible urge to commit violence. So you run away out of this warehouse, and you start looking for other guards around Sid's warehouse. And I'll tell you this for nothing. Whoever you see, whoever you find, you kill them all. You kill them all. There's no one left. It's a bloodbath. And investigators, that's the end of the scenario. Strange Erudition. Here are your rewards.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure I will sort them out.
Yes, that's God will sort them out. So, unfortunately, because, well, I guess you didn't really aid the mobster's crime, because you didn't give over any of the photographic information. I think that's pretty clear. So you get the bonuses and rewards that you see at the very beginning. And as I said, since you did also go to the Coast Guard facility, which the other group did not do, you get +2 to photography, in case that comes in handy one day. And do you have any questions about anything?
what would have happened if we had gone, not turned around to follow that car? What would have happened if we'd gone back to
Oh.
Sid?
If you'd gone back to Sid, probably what would have happened is he would have just tried to kill you.
Okay, and we would never have found the warehouse.
No, it is possible to find the warehouse if you survive the encounter with Sid, because the address is available. You know, he's got a file somewhere, or there's a piece of paper in his desk with an address or some coordinates, and then you wind up having to you just wind up having to fight Sid and make your way to the warehouse, right, somehow. Or it's possible there's another permutation where Sid gets nervous and he moves Professor Frobisher back to Murphy's Corner Club because he thinks, well, she wasn't here before. I'm going to bring her back here because I don't want anyone messing. So there are lots of different possible designs.
Clever.
Do you?
Would Frobisher have affected her own escape? Or?
She's really smart. I mean, if there's the right moment, you probably, I don't know if you figured this part out. She activated the Dreamer's engine, right? While she was there. She was just waiting for someone nearby to fall asleep. So that she could. So there are three things that you can do with the Dreamer's engine, right? When she'll tell you all this later, so we won't waste story time on it. For the next game or something like that. She says, if you look back, it's, infiltration. So one is, I can sneak into the dreams of other people and basically give them nightmares, right? And probably kill them.
On the notes.
Yes.
On the note, DE, annihilation.
Travel is the other one, right?
Travel.
So you can gate into the dreamlands. Why would anyone do that? Right? And then annihilation is, that one is, don't do that. That's the nuclear option. That is the opening a portal to the realm occupied by Azathoth, the demon sultan who sleeps, whose dreams keep the world running, and so, it basically winds up blowing a hole in the fabric of reality around where you are. Don't do that one. I mean, you can, if you have to, but that's what the Dreamer's engine is capable of. I would handle that one carefully. And Floyd will handle himself, so don't worry about him.
Presumably he's found more cerebral means to get by.
It's possible. It's possible. We'll find out probably next time something about his story. It's been a couple decades since we last saw him. So yeah, any other questions?
Since his friends got him killed.
I was wondering if you or he would be bitter about that. And I think the answer would be yes. I think that would be no.
Anyone do a pike roll?
Yeah.
I have another question now in front of. What do the other guys do if they didn't go to the Ghost Guard station? And you had hinted that they changed the codes and schedules anyway because they suspect plotting. Breach of. Yeah. Right.
I mean, so I think that's just what, if the Nazi is there and you find him, people are going to change the codes and schedules and whatever else. So it's always fun to talk to the second group about what the first group did. I always should loop back around to the first group and say, here's what the second group did. So in the first group, what they said is they walked over to Murphy's Corner Club. They were like, we don't like this at all, right? So one of them, I think it was Steinmetz, went around the back, and he succeeded in every role that Pinkertt failed at. So he basically, and he's a journalist, and he's sort of like listening into the glass, and he overhears a conversation about warehouse and that's where Professor Frobisher is being kept and whatever else, and he hears a little bit about the need for the information from the Coast Guard and so on, and that's enough for him. He goes back around, and they all talk about it, and they're like, if we go in there, they're just going to make us do this, but we know where she is, and he's probably going to try to kill us anyway. So they're like, let's figure out where the warehouse is. So they actually call two people. First they call let me make sure I get his name right. Mickey Harrigan. Mickey Harrigan, who's the lieutenant on the police force, whose blind daughter you all rescued from the woodsman. That cop owes you a favor. They did a luck roll, though, so they had to leave a message. He wasn't there. And then they said, wait a second. What about Vivi Duval, who's our contact we earned from the last game, who knows a lot of stuff? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you can call her. Oh, she's getting in the bath. She doesn't really want to talk to you. But they're like, tell me about Handsome Sid. And she's like, oh, he's not that handsome, etc. And he's got a warehouse in a cove, it's 5 miles up the road. And last time I was there were dogs and guards, and that's how he moves things in and out. And they're like, "Thank you, Vivi." And there were no dogs, by the way. But so they go to and this takes time, right, to negotiate all this. And then they said, "We're not sure we're going to get there in a timely way." So the other thing that they do is they radio back to the Proteus Institute, and they go, "Is Sean Caliber still there?" Because if he could pick us up in a boat and take us, from the other side, we think we'll have a better chance of stealthing in. So Caliber is there. He's bored. He's making eyes at Dr. Walker. They've got a kind of a thing going. And he's like, well, I'm up to driving a boat, I suppose. So they drive a boat. You can go if you guys don't have time for this, but they drive the boat up to the outside of the Coast Guard facility, and he kind of parks it, and he's just like, I'll wait here. He's like smoking a cigarette, and if I hear shots, I'll sail away. So through a set of, pretty good rolls, Mike is there as Jackie Burns, the cat burglar, and he stealths in. He takes one guy out. I think Steinmetz is there. He uses Drowned Mind on the guard at the pier, who falls in to the water. His mind is drowned and his body is drowned.
Nice.
They find a different guard who took a nap. They're like, what's going on with this? Sanity roll. They get in. They get closer and closer. They decide, once they are listening and kind of figuring out where everybody is, to cut a hole in the wall of the warehouse. Because Jackie has something that will cut, and Steinmetz, got something that will cut from other side quests. So they cut a hole in the wall, and they're, climbing in. They're trying to get Professor Frobisher out, but somebody looks the wrong way at the wrong time. Oh, I remember what happened. Who was it? Somebody failed a sanity roll. Was it John, or was it? Oh, I think it might have been Mike. Mike failed a sanity roll when he saw the brain in the jar that started to move and walk on legs. I said, oh, so you pick it up and you throw it. He throws the brain in a jar into the middle of the poker game, basically. And all hell breaks loose at that point. Shots are fired and whatever else. But, it's sort of a different way of going. And I think, you're both equally successful, right? That's they
had a lot more successful roles. I feel like we barely.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you gotten that stealth roll and a listen roll, you would have been like, well. But I don't force those things to succeed, right? It's kind of like, what happens, which is fine. I mean, like the fact that you got to punch that guy square in the head, I mean, like that's a great moment. The fact that you got to put your Tommy gun down like this while another guy's trying to stab you in the guts. These are great moments that don't happen if the path is different. So you've got to, Matthew got to do the Fist of Yog-Sothoth, right, and blow 4 people through a door. Which reminds me of that time he was holding off the abomination in that tomb in Egypt as a different character, Walsh, right? That was, with a force field around him. These are fun moments. Ravenscroft, I don't know what you did. No, you did plenty of stuff, actually. You did plenty of good.
Charmed his way through most of the.
I know. Yeah. Guys, master of.
Yeah, sort of intellectual here.
Yeah.
I had the successful sneak rolls, apparently.
I know.
I know how that.
You're pretty good.
6 foot sneaking around.
Yeah, I'm impressed by that. You just have to scrunch yourself down. It's like Sherlock Holmes would do the same thing, right?
Hey,
Anyway, I kept you extra time explaining all that, but it was a good question and it was a fun story. This
really good.
Yeah, this was great. I do have to run, but this was great, guys.
all right,
Thanks.
great to see you. Hopefully, I'll see you for the
Good to
next
see you.
for
Thank
Whisper.
you so much, Adam.
Sign up for Whisperwood. Okay, I'll see you.